So you fought in a dungeon last time.
Yeah.
Rory was
no
dead and then
dragons.
she wasn't.
It's true. True. Rory got KO'd. And the wizard that KO'd her also is very KO'd. Was very hurt.
Also, we found the skeletons. Well, Rory did.
Are we doing the recap?
Yeah.
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 Did we?
Chaotically, but yes.
Did we look in that alcove?
Which
or
alcove?
not? There was like an alcove behind the behind like the cell.
you
behind the
you had
giant's
not.
cube.
You had not. I can pull that out of archive and we can have a look there, if you would like.
That'd be dope, yeah.
Reformation
Yeah.
Center.
One
But yeah.
100% completion.
But yeah, I
100%
think
completion.
the short version of last thing was they were worried because Rory was not there and decided to go to the quote-unquote Reformation Center. They got a bit spooked by a very weird-looking town center slash what was it again?
Courthouse.
Courthouse,
Yeah.
which seemed to
Which turned out to be the Reformation Center.
yeah, which had the
Wait, it was the
Reformation Center in the
Reformation
cellar.
Yes, it was the Reformation Center.
There were lots
Yeah,
of
the Reformation
slimes,
Center was the area underneath.
lots of mind rape, lots of
Phrase?
people that were going mentally insane from having their memory strained.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we did
They were
the,
being
the
robbed
only
of
good
their
thing.
personalities and memories.
We slaughtered everything down there, which was mainly slimes and oozes.
And puddings.
And oozes. And also
Yes.
oozes.
Puddings, gelatinous cubes, and oozes.
Very tasty.
All of that typical stuff you find in a dungeon.
And being almost dead at the
Fair.
end and covered in gore, Rory finally got a game on.
Yeah.
Which is the only important part that actually
Yeah.
happened last time, so.
Oh my goodness.
The only important thing.
So, for some reason, I have control over Ismark and Ireena.
Yeah.
Yes,
no
I've
way-
made Ismark editable by the party as well, in case anybody wants to take over running him in combat.
Fucking
Otherwise, I'll
look
just
at him,
continue
he's a
running
monster.
I can
58
run this
HP.
one.
Yep.
Yeah, do you know anything else?
There you go. You are welcome to run Ismark.
Here. What does he have? Let me see.
Yeah, some cool shit.
Yeah, he has a. Ooh,
He is
Hey,
a
Battle
battle master, an NPC version of a battle master at level 5,
okay,
Ooh.
perfect.
Stronger
Also-
than
which
us.
means he will level up way slower than the rest of you.
Also, I'm
Also,
lucky.
we
Oh.
cleared out the slimes last time.
Yep.
Mm. For the sweet, sweet XP.
XP.
Yeah.
Ireena needs a level up badly.
Yeah.
Cool
I am
girl.
using milestones, so I do know when you guys will level up next. It'll be the completion of the Volaki arc.
Oh, so
Ooh.
Nice.
who knows?
You may be a little overdue when we get there, just because you've solved every encounter with combat, which is a-okay. But
Very
you'll just
unusual
be,
for us.
Yeah, you'll be level 5 with 4 levels experience. That'll be good.
I mean, we did try to solve one of them without combat.
It's true.
The cultist.
That's true.
Rory was very good at not being in combats. I think she was not with the party for 2 of them.
It's all good. Combat is a viable
Yep.
option.
Yeah.
Yep.
So is there anything else we want to recap before we begin?
We solve our problems with murder.
I
Red
think
had a
that's
bonding
it.
moment with his demon armor, and they are best buddies
Yeah,
now.
that's it.
Yeah, we are actually best bros. Are we best bros? Are we in like symbiosis? Is this a Venom situation going
At this
on?
point, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. The armor is still cursed, which is something you may have to deal with at some point. But it has acclimated to you, and you are as one. Destroying its creator made it like you a lot.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah, so you wanted to check out this alcove here, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, so I will tell you what is immediately visible to you. After you clear out the cube from this, there is the body of a person inside of the cube. That person clearly was trying to dig their way out previously. There is the broken remains of a makeshift shovel, made up of the broken remains of this cot that was in here. And yeah, it looks like he was using the cot to cover up where he was digging the hole in the ground, and there's a tunnel stretching out into the dirt.
All right. I'll just look down the tunnel, see if it leads to anywhere, or...
Yeah, it stretches down quite a ways. You would have to crawl in there, and it would be a tight squeeze. So if I could get a... Would squeezing through a tight hole be acrobatics or athletics?
I think it's.
I think that would be
Acrobatics would make more
athletics because
sense.
you're using force.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can do both. Yeah, it'd be athletics, yeah.
Too bad I don't have any wild shapes left, eh?
So I want to bring something up real quick though. Are you sure you want to do that? Because some very menacing and sad sounding music just started playing on stream. So
Oh god.
Matt has
I...
experience with this kind of thing.
I'm just gonna take a look.
Okay. I would like an
So,
athletics or a acrobatics check.
Oh, or acrobatics? Okay.
Or either or. It's up to you.
So that would be 20, if it's
Okay.
acrobatics.
Okay, so with a 20, you can feel as you're climbing under that this dirt is fairly loose and not particularly stable. But with a 20, you're able to maneuver yourself in such a way that you don't shift the dirt too much and you manage to get through without the tunnel collapsing. You get to the end of the tunnel, and you find where this person had managed to dig themselves to. Unfortunately, it looks like they were caught at this point because you can see bloody scrape marks in the ground where they were trying to hold on as they were dragged backwards. Which you can see in black and white because of your infravision.
Alright, that's horrifying. I'm gonna make my way back through the tunnel.
All right.
I didn't find anything particularly interesting, just some claw marks on the ground they've been dragged back.
That is so terribly sad.
Poor guy. Well, there's not much I can do about him now.
Yeah,
What will
he
we...
got digested.
Yeah.
Oh, Ismark will say he got digested.
Well, now that we don't know, let's head back out. We need to still need to look for those bones.
Yeah, so if you take the time, I believe last time we talked about how we were going to gather up the prisoners as well as the remains, make sure they get a proper burial. Yeah, and you can make your way out. As you ascend the stairs out of the dungeon back to the main bulk of the Reformation Center, you hear a commotion up above. And as you emerge from the dungeon, you can see that the guards are looking around very confused. And they're like, what are we doing here? You can recall that there were a couple patrols and people guarding cells. And they're like, I don't remember starting my shift. This sort of thing. And the prisoners that were in the cells are still cowering there in fear. But the guards seem to have woken up out of their stupor.
Maybe it's time we set everyone straight. It is time we set everyone straight.
Yep.
I suppose walking out. And I guess we'll try to talk to the guards. That's okay.
Okay. Yeah, so there are half a dozen guards in here. You would emerge from the wall in sort of the antechamber with the stairs going up to the guard tower. There are 4 guards in there currently looking confused. And then if you can recall, there's also the holding cell off to the side, which had 3 guards in it as well. So potentially 7 people to talk to here.
Yeah, I suppose I'll approach I mean, if I was going to stop me, I guess I'll approach the nearest guard and say, how are you feeling? You okay?
I feel sick, like I've had a terrible fever.
Yes, there was a really bad weather anomaly that just happened. Everyone's mind's a bit scrambled. You'll do well in time. It's okay.
I'm so confused. We are guarding the courthouse. What are you doing in the courthouse?
We were here to deal with the anomaly. Hey, have some water.
Anomaly. Thank you. The guards will all take the water if you hand it out.
Yeah, I'll hand out.
And they will say, I don't remember starting my shift. It's so strange. They're talking back and forth.
is the prisoner still kind of like? Are the prisoners like with it at any point?
What's the last date that you remember?
Oh no, now I have to remember the Barovian calendar.
Uh-oh.
No, let's
Uh,
let's do it like this. What was the last feast? Or no, not feast. How was it called?
Festival.
Yeah. What's the last festival that was there?
They say the Wolf's Head Jamboree,
That was
which
last
would
one,
be
right?
a week ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's like temporary.
Well, you could just say, you know, we ask, you know, what's the last date that you remember, and
It's
then
true.
you could say the date that they say was like how
The
many days
date that
ago.
they say was about a week ago.
Okay.
Thank you, Riley. The date that they say was about a week ago.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they will inform you that courthouse duty. It's always like this. We lose track of time, but I don't ever remember feeling like this while we were here.
It should be fixed now.
Don't worry. It's just a bit of a lingering effect of the anomaly. You may have probably lost some track of a week or so, but it will eventually come back to you. In
Week?
Probably a month or so.
And one of the guards will blurt out, hopefully we missed another stupid festival. And then he quickly covers his mouth.
Did they? Like, was there a festival between the Wolf's Head and now?
No, there's not been.
The next one is tomorrow.
Yeah, it is set up for tomorrow,
Oh, I guess today because night happened already.
which would
Yeah.
be, yes.
Unfortunately, no.
Is Volk a cat at the moment or a person?
I'm a person. The last wild I
Sad.
used a wild shape to be a bear or something.
I think it was a demonic spider.
Oh yeah, demonic.
Oh yeah, no, it was a bear first, and then it was a demonic spider.
Sad. Almost dead Rory
It
doesn't
did.
have a cat on his shoulder.
I think at this point the guards would notice all the people that you're bringing with you and the massive bones, and they say, are those prisoners? Why are they outside of their cells? What, they look so terrible. What happened to them?
It's and again an effect from the anomaly. They are being let out for now because some of them have already spent their time in prison, and others need to be treated because of that. So, yes.
At this point, the guards think for a minute, and then they stand up straighter and they hold their spears and they say, I don't know if we can let you do that. We're supposed to keep prisoners in their holding cells for judgments.
Yeah, you do not know, so you should get the guard captain Isaac here instead. He will know.
We could send for Isaac, or we could yes, you, and they point to one of the younger guards and they say, go find the guard captain. Tell him we have people trying to break out prisoners in the courthouse.
Yes, tell him that her sister is here. His sister is here.
Wave of recognition washes over everybody's faces, and they stutter and stop, and they say, "Oh, what are you taking them out for? They served their time. You said."
Well, you have lost track of time and the anomaly and everything. Just trust
But-
me.
Why do
Everything
they
is
look
gonna
so
be-
sick?
It's because of the anomaly. You have a similar look on your face. So
We do. They
Not
look down
quite
at
as bad.
themselves.
But close enough.
If you would like, I could take a look at all of you and make sure that you're okay, and we'll be able to go back out of here.
I'm gonna need at this point. Let's get a social roll
Yeah.
to see. You'll have advantage because you're working together, and you have also charmed them at this point with your magical ability.
Okay, I will. So just like, is it like a persuasion?
Up to you, whichever social skill you want to use.
19.
Yeah. So they will allow you to check them out.
Wonderful. Thank you for your
Um,
cooperation.
So flavor this for me. How do you put these guards at ease? They are very confused. They are not interested in letting you go.
So I will ask Ilena to kind of join me in this effort, and I'll go to each, I'll say, let me ease this confusion you have, and I'll go and spend like a point from the lay on hands to heal each individual. While doing so, of course, it's a lengthy process. I talk to them about how's their family, when's the last time they've been home, how they doing, how's their week been, things like this. And what do they plan to do for the next week? Are they going to come to the festival? Things like this.
Yeah, very good. Well, you do manage to get under their skin, and they are freaked out, especially with the loss of time, the waking up, feeling like they were asleep on the job, all of these things. They tell you some things about their family, just pretty normal, mundane stuff.
Okay.
They just want to go home, see their kids, all of this stuff. But with your and Ileena and probably Ireena's administrations, you manage to put them at ease enough where they're like, all right, we will let you take them because we don't actually know what they're doing here. We don't have any we don't have any recollection of them coming here. So they can go, but
You're doing the right thing.
we believe you. Yeah, so they will allow you to pass, and Ismark at this point will approach and follow up and say, Guardsmen, you have been used here in ways that you cannot understand and that I know you do not approve of. I trust that you are good men that will stand up for what is right in the future and the days to come. Remember, what is right is not what your captain says. What is right is not what the Baron says. What is right is what you know to be right. And you have made a good decision here, and I trust that you will do so again. Now go home and go see your families.
Wow.
And they look at him and they recognize his military demeanor, and they will do so.
Wonderful. All right. So
Woohoo!
how many prisoners do we have? Well, ex-prisoners.
I think it was like
believe
8.
There were 6
or
in
6?
the dungeon.
Something like that.
Isn't that-
Oh, right, because there were also some in the first area. So
Yes.
yeah, 8.
8.
We'll say 8.
And they're all just still out of it completely, right?
Yeah, there is the one noble who was put in there recently, who you interrupted before the Oblex was able to eat its memories of the torture.
Mm-hmm.
So he is very quiet and looks very upset.
Mm-hmm.
But he is just happy to be getting out of here.
Yeah. I guess we'll just head out of it, gang. If everyone was fine with that, like we'll see if these folks, these poor folks can get a place to rest. Well, I mean, I'm willing to pay for these folks to get a place to rest if everyone else would like to chip in.
I mean, they surely have actual homes that we can take them to.
Yes.
Not all of them.
Some of them do, though. Hopefully.
Probably a few of the nobles, but not all of the prisoners are nobles, right?
No.
No.
I mean, everybody looks the same, stripped down and beaten.
Oh, okay.
But at least 3 of them are nobles.
Are any of them capable of capable of speech at all still?
A couple of them are coming around, but the ones that were down there the longest, they're like blank faces. It's similar to what you experienced with some of the people that Ismark called shells, those Barovians who are born without souls, according to folklore. They're not particularly emotionally responsive. They do as they're told, but they're just sort of quiet and mute.
When there's not enough souls left to be reincarnated, people just have too many kids. Oh fuck, that might actually what's going on.
I would just say to whichever ones look like they're with us, and just say, do Do any of you have homes? A place you could stay?
A couple of the nobles shake their heads, or nobles. A couple of the destitute people shake their heads, but most of them don't really give a response. The nobles, obviously, they nod, but they say, I don't know if we should return. We were arrested because of our association with Lady Voctor.
Well,
Yes, we remember. We were there.
we can take you to the tavern tonight and you can stay there. We'll
Alright.
come back for you once our business is done.
All right. Yeah. So you say this to Ireena, Rory, and Ireena will respond. She says, "Yes, I've always been proud. I've always liked the sight of my brother. I'm proud of him. He shows the better part of our father when he stands up like this."
It's good to know that there was a good part to your father.
It was buried. He was grieving for a lot of when I knew him. My mother died giving birth to me, and he never got over it.
That's not your fault, though.
Thank you. I thought it was for a long time, and he certainly thought it was.
Well, he had to give someone the fault, and if he doesn't have anyone else to blame besides himself, then I guess the blame fell on you. Not rightfully
A
so,
lot
of course.
more.
But
Yes.
parents like to put the blame on the children for when things go wrong, because of course they can't be the ones being wrong. And then,
This is true.
well, they eventually get to a point where they either break mentally or break their children. One of the two.
Or both.
Or both.
He's gone now. And
Good.
he's never coming back.
Ireena also knows that people are like getting reincarnated all the time, right?
Yeah, that would be the folklore.
Well, maybe he will be reborn as someone, maybe someone better, or maybe as something a lot worse so he can atone for what he did. Or maybe he will just not be reborn at all.
Her face gets that sort of pensive look again, and she says, "Yes, maybe he will be reborn."
Let's hope that he will be reborn as a better person.
Hopefully someone better.
It would be hard to be reborn as someone worse.
Yes.
I squeeze her hand a little.
She smiles at you. She says, "Thank you."
Anyway, we should get out of here. I need a rest. I'm tired, bloodied. Need a
That
bath.
was a hard fight.
Need to apprehend the mayor and his sons. Think about what
Is
to
that
do
our
with
plan,
Isaac.
then? We are going to apprehend the mayor.
For what they did here, at least that, yeah.
It may be difficult. Your brother cares about you clearly, but he's been loyal to the Baron since he arrived here.
My brother is, how do I put it? Well, crazy, of course, but also a bit stuck in the past. I am not 100% certain that I can talk with him in a way that makes this all be fine. There is a chance that we will have to deal with him as well. And she just looks slightly sad.
Ireena will squeeze your hand this time, and she will say, "Whatever happens, we will face it together."
I look up and give her like a soft smile.
Yes, and with that, unless there's anything else, you can make your way out of the courthouse. when you do, you find you also have lost time. As you step out of the courthouse, the sun is setting, and we are approaching twilight. And outside, in the town square, you can see that the festival has been all set up and ready to go. Also, I correct the timeline thing that we did in the recap. There was the day after the day you were currently on is the day when the festival was going to take place.
Good, because I have 1 HP and I'm not ready for a
Yes.
big festival battle.
So festival tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, yes. You would gather, because it seems like you've lost about 12 hours as you step out of...
Do we feel like?
Oh,
do
how lovely.
Do we feel like 12 hours have passed? Like we feel the energy exertion?
The feeling is like when you step out of a movie theater
Oh.
after watching a really long film.
That is a very good analogy.
That's very good.
Mhm.
actually.
Of course, your characters wouldn't know that, but you, the players, know that.
Yeah.
For the other people that actually saw the courthouse before, can you look at it and see if it still looks wonky?
Does it still look wonky?
No, you can actually pay attention to it. All of you can as you look at it. And as I mentioned, the town square is currently being set up for the festival tomorrow night, and you can see that there are lots of people here milling about, setting up statues of straw effigies of creatures of the night. There are straw effigies of vampires and werewolves and spiders and scarecrows. In addition, there is a giant wooden and wicker sun being set up on the gallows, which you may have heard mentioned is going to be burned during the festival as a giant middle finger to Strahd. And as you emerge with these prisoners, you can see that many of the villagers who are going about this work, they are also stopping what they are doing and glancing back at the courthouse, seemingly seeing it for the first time.
I look at the party and I say, we have things to do. We have things to do. We have lost too much time.
We need to get those bones back
We
before.
need to get the bones, and there's that child that's missing.
I
And
think
we
the
have so
child
much to
currently is the least of our concerns.
What? How is the child the least of our concerns? The child?
Point one, the city is about to be overrun by what I expect to be werewolves or bats or whatever minions Strahd will throw at them. The mayor is a very evil person that has people getting their mind broken, or formerly have the mind broken in the cellar. His son is a necromancer who killed the two servants and made them into skeletons, and there's other undead things there. I feel like a missing child currently is the least of our concerns.
I just worry that this child's safety is at risk, and
I will also add to
Especially
that
with-
that I'm almost dead and feel like falling over any second now.
I'll carry you. But look, it's just... I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight knowing that we have this thing to do.
Well,
Finding Arabelle is a concern, but there will be many more children put in danger if we let the town be overrun.
I suppose. But wouldn't it be quite simple just to find this child? We already have a good idea of where they are.
I look at the
Well-
others like I'm not the one that's being weird here, right? The other things are slightly more important, right?
They are more serious, Rory. You are 100% right. It's just the fact that I can't sleep knowing that there's a child that's in danger, and there's a very real chance of saving it.
Did we have a definitive time frame on when the church would be out of hallowed and
It currently isn't.
out of juice? It
When
currently
the bones
is.
were taken, the hallowed ground was gone.
Yeah.
So at present, as far as you understand it, the church is not consecrated ground.
Yeah.
Whatever protection, if any, the bones actually provide to the city would be up theoretically if the bones are still within the city, but you don't know.
If the bones are not within the city, if the bones are within the city, then it's gonna be kind of safe anyway, right? But if it's out the city, we can't really hunt that down anyway.
Question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know this was only for RP flavor before, but do I at least have like a slight feeling of uneasiness that I usually have in like hallowed ground?
No, this wouldn't be the case with this. This is something different.
Okay, there's some. Okay.
Yeah. So Father Lucian, the sense you got from Father Lucian is that Saint Angelo did something so great in keeping Strahd out of the city that Strahd can't even enter the walls as long as his remains are within the city.
So it's very likely that they are not within the city.
Well, I mean, Strahd isn't here.
Yeah,
Yes,
Shadows
but they
come
wanted to
yet,
come at the
but
festival.
If the bones have been taken far off out of the city, then we're not going to be able to get them back in time. So if we assume they're still in the city, then it would be safe to go and get Arabelle now. We can go check the lake for her. There's that drunk guy as well that we can look for.
Yes, I like this a lot. Yes.
Okay,
Well-
yeah. I think that's right. I think we should go to the. I think we should go to the lake and look for them.
All right. In that
Definitely.
case, it is heading into nighttime. Because of the time loss thing, you won't take an exhaustion if you stay up all night.
Okay.
But it is nighttime, so
Would we like
Keep-
to take a
take that into
short
account.
rest first so people can get some HP back?
If someone was carried,
I like
would they
the
be able
idea
to,
of a short rest.
if someone was carried, would they be able to get another rest in?
depends on how big they are and who is carrying them. I imagine a little kitty cat could probably take an 8-hour rest on someone's shoulders and get a long rest.
I see. Not if a person.
Except I'm not a kitty cat right now.
Not if
Wow.
a person's carrying another person.
Probably not. I don't imagine you get a deep enough sleep to get a full night's rest while being carried.
You really think that Rory is gonna let you carry her while she sleeps?
I mean, Red's reliable.
Besides the fact that you're wearing very uncomfortable spiky demon armor. No.
Hey,
Nice
only spiky-
idea, but
it's only spiky on the outside. Inside, it's soft and welcoming.
yeah, but I am getting spiky on the outside. I don't get the
That's
soft and
it.
comfy inside.
It's his orc armor.
The other concern to deal with is these folks. Many of these prisoners that you have rescued, they don't have their wits about them enough to find their own families. So something will have to be done about them.
Yeah, you know what? We'll take all those guys back to the tavern. I don't know the names. I don't know my notes.
That's okay. Erwin and Danica.
I think a good idea would be to delegate this to Ireena and Ismark. Out of character, I'm saying.
Oh, is
Okay,
my our leader now?
so we'll just give Ireena and Ismark the prisoners to take back to the tavern. Actually, no, because we can just go back to the tavern and take a short rest there.
Are we intending to take a short rest there?
I 100% need a short
how-
rest.
Yes,
How far away is the lake?
It is a couple hours walk, just shy of 3.
Could we
Diana
rent,
can tell you since she's been there.
could we rent horses?
You most certainly can. There is a stable.
So if we rented a horse, right, and
Yeah.
some people rid it and some people laid on it, then those people
Okay.
get a short rest in, while the others.
Yeah. If you
That-
were to ride on horses, you would get a short rest while riding on the horse. It would also cut the
Okay.
travel time down by, I would say, a third. So you could get there in 2 hours.
Heck yeah, and time is
Because
all.
horses walk faster than people.
Imagine.
Okay, so we give the prisoners to Ireena and Ismark, and then we all head to the stables to get like 3 horses, maybe.
Are we
can
doubling
double
up?
If we can double up 2 of them, and then one person gets an extra one, or yeah, that works because Volk can't be a cat at the start, so they're gonna have to be a horse.
Yeah, no, I can be
person.
a very small child though. So I can actually alter my weight.
I would
Wait,
say-
no, there's no, because if we get 3 horses, we can have 3 riders.
Yeah,
3
let's-
riders, 2 resters. Or
Let's get 3 horses. How much is a horse? If we're
Okay,
trying to rent one for like a day.
Yeah, you will have to show up, but it will be 2 copper to rent a horse for the day.
Ooh.
We should
That's
also see about like doing the free no arrangements for those ones who dead. You know, the dead prisoners. Basically, we should definitely sort that out. So
We
Yeah.
could, yeah.
maybe
That would be over at the church.
Okay, that sounds good.
We could
And
have
I
Ireena and
will
Ismark do
remind
that.
you- Yeah, I will remind you at this point that Father Lucian was missing as of last night.
Oh yeah,
He
fuck. We
went to
kind of
speak
want
with
to.
the carpenter.
Yeah, we
um,
need to go to
Carpenter
this.
and coffin maker, and hadn't returned within yesterday. No
Okay,
telling if he's been back since.
I feel
Okay,
like
so
that might be more
go-
important.
yeah, go lake,
Fucking leg.
get girl, come home, go. What was it, coffin maker or
Coffin
funeral
maker.
person? Coffin
Who-
maker.
Oh yeah,
Coffin
he
maker
also.
/ carpenter.
Mm.
Go for luck.
Carpenter.
Okay, so
And do that.
I will
Okay.
stop you real quick there because from what the information that we have is there is a random dude on the lake that has been missing, and our only thing was like, oh, if that dude was on the lake missing, then maybe the girl is also missing at the lake because she was
Yes.
around there. That is the only clue we have there at the moment. We do know, however, that the coffin maker most likely got rid of the priest, which is very bad, and also that Lady Wachter's guy, the one who got rid of the bones, was also at the coffin maker's place. So I feel like going coffin maker first might be more reasonable.
But the thing is, the coffin maker might lead to something bigger. You know what I mean? Like
Yes,
and then,
but
As well as
logic-wise,
the lake.
going to the lake when we are short on time is a bit.
we're not short on time.
We
right?
are short on
have
time, my
horses-
dude.
we
What
have
are you
horses
talking
now.
We are
about?
short on time.
We have
We are
horses
so
now,
fucking
and we
short
can-
on time.
We have
We are
horses
short
now.
on time.
We
We are
can-
short.
Okay,
You know how big is the lake and its surroundings? To
we
be
would.
honest?
Okay,
It would be the equivalent of something. Oh, you guys are in Europe, so you wouldn't know the Great Lakes.
Oh, like
it's big.
yeah.
It's like a Great Lake. You could barely see the
big.
other shore.
But we'd be able to see a boat if it's on there, right? So we check
Maybe
around the
not,
lake. Okay.
depending on.
okay. I think we make this easy. We just say 1 for lake, 2 for coffin maker.
Okay.
Coffin maker.
Go
I'll
for
look
it.
the lake.
Because I feel like otherwise we just argue for no reason. Oh my lord. People want to go to the lake.
Let's go. Lake.
No, no,
lake,
it's-
Two for the
it's
lake
2 to
and 1
2.
for the coffin maker shop so far.
Oh,
I'm
picky
voting
at the
coffin
time.
maker.
God damn it,
Rory.
Ilena!
Heck yeah! Get fucked, nerd!
God damn it, Ilena!
That also means that I can stay with Ireena, which is nice.
No, because they're gonna do the prison stuff.
I mean,
Because
we need
but if
to.
we go to the coffin maker, there's not enough time for short rest.
That's true.
We can short rest and then call the coffin maker.
No,
But
but
that's a waste of time.
it's a waste of time.
Point, it'll be nighttime.
Yeah, so. if
All
we
right,
short
this is
rest,
like middle of the night. Okay,
you
I will
really
actually
didn't have
cancel
more
my
until
vote and go
sundown.
back to, let's go to the lake during the night because we can't do shit during night in town.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Then I actually, okay,
Lake.
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 Okay.
Lads.
So you can head over to the Arisek stockyard, which you pass on the way in. I will tell you something interesting about the Arisek stockyard. It is manned by pretty unremarkable Valakian citizens. Arisek, obviously, is the person who owns and operates the facilities. Out back, you can see a carnival wagon, which is currently sitting chained up and abandoned. As Arisek leads you back to get you to your horses. Also, it'll be 2 copper from per horse. Not a lot.
I'll pay it.
Oh, you pay,
It's
okay.
a closed economy, so I mean, it ends up being a lot for the people who live here. And he expects you to bring them back tomorrow morning. If not, yeah, you don't get a copper back.
Nice. Okay.
So we have a deposit.
Pause it. You'll get a copper back if you bring them back.
Amazing.
Yes, so as he brings you back to the stables, you can see that they have a pretty pitiful selection. There are a bunch of draft horses that look like they've been fed about as well as you can expect horses to be fed in Barovia. But they're old, they're a little worn down, they're dusty.
Oh,
But as he leads
horses.
you to the stables, you can see that the carnival wagon is sitting there, chained up.
is it?
As well.
Wait. Why don't we hire the wagon? Because then it'd be easier for people to rest because the horses will be put in the wagon, and therefore, because they're old horses, they can distribute the weight better.
If you bring this up, Arisek will tell you that wagon was brought in by Rectavio, this crazy carnival man in a silly orange jacket. He had a monkey, and he says that he hasn't touched the wagon since, but you would have to talk to him. It's not his. It's been impounded
Oh,
for the time being.
Oh, I'm friends with Rick.
where is he? And I'll take a look at the wagon. Can I like peer into the wagon?
He's at the tavern.
Yeah, if you would like to approach the wagon,
Okay.
you can see as you get closer that there is a bunch of different descriptions of marvelous delights. It talks about, let me see. Doopa-doopa-doopa-doopa-doo. Velaki? I don't remember the things it says on it off the top of my head. Do. There's Voctor House. We've already dealt with that. There we go. One of the posters that I pasted on the carnival wagon declares the magnificent Werehair, a boy that transforms into a rabbit. Another one advertises for Gorabaka, an orc woman who can chew through chains.
Wow.
There's an advertisement for a giant man-eating plant that has a remarkable singing voice.
Oh.
Heh,
Yeah,
That's Roger too.
yeah, and other such things. But the most notable thing as you approach is a little slogan that is emblazoned in gold lettering towards the front of the wagon that says, "I bring you from darkness into light."
Bring you from darkness into light. And there's nothing in the wagon.
The window on the side has bars over it, and it is currently there's a drape
Wait,
from the inside.
can I peer aside the day by putting like my sword in? I'm so curious. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah. No, you approach, and you can certainly do that. I would like you to roll. A passive stealth check might be the case for this because you're not intending to be stealthy, right?
I'm not intending to be stealthy. I'm just kind of like curious, curiously poking. So I guess my stealth
Yeah.
would
So your stealth modifier plus 10.
be it's 11, and it's not minus 5 because I have the armor.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
disadvantage.
Yeah, because mithril armor. Yeah. So you approach.
Oh.
That is below the thing's perception.
Thing?
Passive perception.
Oh fuck!
The whatever it is that is perceiving you. So you can approach, and you put your sword in, and you can pull the curtain aside, and within you see the dark inside of a carnival wagon. There are a bunch of knickknacks, various jars with organs preserved inside. There are different
Organs?
fireworks here and there. Yeah, like there's a heart with an extra valve that is preserved in a jar of formaldehyde. There's a fetus with goat horns preserved in formaldehyde. Stuff of this nature.
Yeah.
Curiosities and wonders of that sort.
Wonderful.
There's fireworks, stuff of that nature. But you also see there's a cage in here. And since you don't have dark vision, I would like you to make a perception check to see if you can tell what's inside the cage.
Wonderful. I will do so. 17.
Yeah. So you can see the sleeping form. At first, you think it's a bear, but there is a large furry creature inside of this cage, and you can see that there are a bunch of bones, animal bones, littering the ground inside the cage of things that this creature has been fed. And as you peer inside, you catch a glimpse of its face as it rolls over and continues snoring, and you see long fangs protruding out of this thing's mouth, tusks, if you will, saber teeth, if you will.
Oh, like
There's a saber-toothed tiger sleeping inside of this cage.
Damn.
I hope he's been feeding them.
Yeah,
I mean,
there
there's-
are bones on the bottom of the cage where it's been eating. But yes, the saber-toothed tiger does not wake up with your approach. Additionally, as you take a minute and your eyes adjust, you can see that there is barding in here as well, for a saber-toothed tiger hanging up on one end of the cart. There's also some paraphernalia of the Morning Lord. You can recognize his symbol. The Morning Lord is Barovia's version of Lathander, the god of the sun and the dawn.
Wonderful. Okay. Curiosity satisfied. I'll share this, as an interesting anecdote to the party as we get underway, I suppose, and prepare the horses.
Okay, you can certainly do that. Yeah, so you get the horses ready to go, and you can head out of the town. Erisek will tell you on your way out that if you are going to be gone for the night, he recommends that you tell him that you are customers of Erisek, and the guard should let you in without much problem.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Definitely will. Do you have any spare lanterns, by the way, that can be attached to the horses?
Any spare what? Sorry?
Lanterns.
lanterns.
I do have a lantern, by the way, if you want
We
that.
need like 3. One for
Yeah,
each
I will look up what the price of lanterns are because I don't remember.
I think it was like 5 or 10 gold.
one. What?
They are quite expensive.
They're expensive.
You can also just go with the torch, my dude. My horse will have a lantern, of course.
Yeah, you did get various lighting equipment with you with your starter kit,
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
your adventurers kit,
yeah,
which
I've got-
nobody ever uses, but now
No,
might be
no,
the
no.
opportunity.
I'm
Yeah, okay.
using my lantern.
He
like
will
my
tell you
lantern.
that there are travel supplies for sale, but they are pricier.
Yeah, let me just look at the. I do not. I just have torches, I guess. So, but that's fine. That's fine.
I like that one
Yes,
of the few characters that doesn't need a light source necessarily has like the best light source in the game.
Well,
So you can always set those things up.
should we be off?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess we have
Okay.
3 horses and we are riding tandem and then resting in like one person rests and switch around.
Yeah. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So can we? Are we allowed to spend hit die if that's okay?
Fine by me. Yeah, you can take a benefit from a short rest as you head your way out. You head outside of the gate. The guards tell you to be safe and not to come back till morning because of the curfew. You don't necessarily have to listen to them though. When you get out on the road, you find things more or less abandoned, as you would expect at this time of night in Barovia. You can feel a chill in the air as you set off. And as you ride for about an hour, it begins to rain lightly. Very cold, light raindrops pelt your skin. But you make your way down the old Spholic Road as it skirts around Vallaki. And very quickly you can veer off onto the dirt road up to the Vistani encampment.
Wonderful. And are we passing through the Vastani encampment to the lake?
You will have to pass through there, yes. Also, they are the only ones that you know of that have boats.
Oh yes. I thought we'd just go to the. Oh yeah, we do need boats actually. Yeah, that's a valid point. I guess.
Yeah. So as you're headed down this dirt road to the Vistani encampment, you are hailed by hooded figures in the rain. Elves are watching you. You count 3 in total. None of them are Casimir.
Oh, wait, none of them are cast. Oh, maybe he's asleep.
None of them.
I'll raise my hand. It says, "Hail, friend."
Hail.
We're just on a mission. Oh, what was his name? I have it here.
You do not know, I think.
No, we were there, right? Yeah, I was there when we got the quest for. Is it Arabella?
You were not there, my
Arabelle.
dude. It was Diana
No,
and
it
me.
was Rory and
Oh.
Diana.
Oh shit.
He
yes,
wasn't there, but we would have told him about it.
Yeah, you would have told me better, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know. And it
So,
was... let me check my notebook because it's in
Aragel?
there. Arabelle.
Arabelle.
The Vistani girl that's
I'll type
missing.
it.
Bright red hair, darker skin, blue
Oh no,
eyes,
no,
and a bit of
the
cunt.
leader. The leader. It was.
Oh,
Aragel, or was that? is Aragel?
Luvash,
Luvash and
the
Aragel.
patriarch, and Aragel is his brother.
Wonderful. We're just on a mission sent by Luvash to find.
Arabelle.
They
His
nod
daughter-
and they say, sorry.
That was it. Sorry.
They nod and say, "You are known to us. You are welcome to pass.
Thank
Do
you.
not cause any trouble in the encampment."
Of course, we would need boats because we think that Arabelle might have gone to the lake.
They look at each other and they say, "If she has gone onto the lake, that is bad.
Exactly.
We don't have any boats. The Vistani will."
Wonderful. Okay. Is it, who should we talk to when we get there?
They look at each other again and they say, "Luvash."
Okay. I hope he won't be too angry off us disturbing him in the night.
As far as we know, he's been up.
Wonderful.
They don't like us very much, but Casimir comes and goes, and he says Luvash is very worried.
Thank you for your help, friends. Have a safe night.
You as well.
Hold on to them and follow. So we're going to the Vistani to first
Yeah.
boats, I think.
Yep.
Yep.
I would let.
It is hard to make details out about these elves, but as you pass by, you can notice that they are very battle scarred. One of them is missing an arm.
Shit.
The other one's just lots of battle scars. One is missing an eye with a big scrape across his face. One of them doesn't speak, and it looks like some trauma around his mouth.
I would tell
Damn,
the
that's
others,
messed up.
especially
they've had
Red.
a poor, they've had a poor lot in life, the elves of Barovia.
Yeah, they really have. Oh my goodness.
Barovia sucks. Wait, no, it has Ireena, so it's okay. I would tell the others, especially Red, that the Vistani, especially like the leaders we are about to meet, are a bit special and that maybe he is not the right person to talk to them.
Why is that? Is something wrong with the way I talk to people?
Different folks, different customs. to
What
speak.
customs are these? I'm always down for learning how best to talk to people.
They can be slightly cruel, but we shouldn't have to talk to them at all. We just need to rent a boat and head onto the lake.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
Yes.
And
they,
this is
they know
slightly
the island,
embarrassing,
so
Since
it's
I
easier.
did tell him the next time he saw me, I would have his daughter with us.
they share my kind of humor though, which is nice.
I'm kind of worried about that aspect, but you know.
Hmm?
Why
is that?
You've always been funny to me.
Ah, interesting.
Funny looking. Now that is a joke. Ha.
Oh, I get it because I'm a tiefling. Funny.
No. That's not what I meant. I just no.
Yeah, sure.
No, I.
If you ever die in your sleep, do not be surprised.
It's not because you're a tiefling, it's because you're a lesbian.
No, that's not what I meant. I just thought because I was trying to. Oh.
Men suck. Let's go.
I guess we're carrying on.
There are no NPCs around to agree. Yes, so you can continue onward. As you approach the hill, the forest opens up and you can see the wide expanse of black water ahead of you. The sun has gone down at this point, so you could just see what little stars and moon is reflected in the skies, just sparkling off of the lake. The Vistani encampment still has a fire going. Even this late, there's a large bonfire. There's, I will remind you, a large hill, perhaps 300 feet across, that raises up. It would be a natural fortification, and you could see that there are the ruins of an ancient elven structure dotting here and there on top of the hill, in and amongst which have been set up various Vistani tents in a semi-permanent fashion. And there are people milling about at this point as you approach.
Is there like a big old building or big old tent?
There is a big old tent. It is a good 40 feet across.
I suppose we should go to the big old tent. Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Big old tent. Here we come.
Yeah, so you approach. Some of the Vistani wave to you.
Take back.
They offer various wares, but you are too busy to be bothered. And yeah, you approach the tent. Within, you can see the form of Luvash hunched over a table with a large map spread out over it. And there are various Vistani standing about. And Luvash is muttering to himself and taking nervous sips every once in a while from a flask of wine at his side.
Luvash! I say, shouting out.
I
That's
just
looks up and
instantly
squint.
give Red like a death glare, like, dude.
That's how you greet people, I feel like.
Yeah,
He
looks
doesn't
up
know
and he gives
you.
you a squint and he says, "Who the hell are you?"
My name's Redmond. It's a pleasure. We were
Red,
talked with my friends.
shut up! I told you I will talk. Just gives you like this.
At that, Luvash's face smiles and he says, "Oh, is that the tiefling girl and the elf?
I'll step back
Hey.
at this point.
Greetings,
Or you.
Luvash. We brought
Greetings.
Our
You
friends.
brought more friends. I don't see
Yeah.
my daughter among you.
not yet. We
Oh, it's
might
alright.
need a
We've
boat.
had no success either.
We have an idea where she might be. There have been hints that she might have been near the lake, and people have been disappearing from the lake. Even that one crazy fisherman that dared go on there for some reason. And
Crazy
it
fisher.
sounds weird, but it seems to be connected.
I don't know anything about this, but if you think a boat will help, we don't go off on the water very often, but I'm sure we have some rowboats around.
Lovely.
he snaps to some Vistani and he says, "Fish out the rowboats. Let these folks go out on the water. We haven't bothered searching on the water. We assumed that no one would be foolish enough to go out there."
Well, understandable. But apparently we are, so there you go.
I would think we're more brave than foolish.
Have you seen Casimir? He hasn't been by in a day.
We didn't see him when we came into town.
He's been checking in every once in a while looking for the girl.
We've seen him when we were on our way here, but not this time.
He usually checks in with me every evening with an update on the Dusk Elves, but this can't be helped. Perhaps you will have better luck.
If we find him, we will let you know.
We'll keep an eye out for him. He is a good friend. And yes, in short order, the Vistani will have boats ready for you.
Also, sorry for being a bit loud there, Red. That was in character.
No, that's totally fine.
Because I feel like that was very fitting at that moment.
Yeah,
It might have been a bit very loud though.
Can we all fit in one rowboat?
They will bring you 2 rowboats, and they will hold roughly 3 people each.
wonderful.
So one will have 3 people, one will have 2.
I would say in the one with 3 we can put Rory and Volk and someone else, and Rory will occasionally fly over the lake to see if she can see something from above. While having the little lantern on her belt on, so that people can actually see where she's flying.
All right.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, so you can set off from the docks. They're not docks, sorry. You can set off from the shore. These are very old boats. They're very creaky, and there are holes that have been hastily patched up with tar and cloth. So these may be rough going when you're out on the water. But once you get out there, Rory flying up above, you can begin looking. So, Rory, since you are leading the way here, let's get a roll of a d12 and a d8, please.
Uh-oh. That is a 5 and 5.
Okay, a 10. Yep, so as you are looking, it's mostly empty for miles in either direction. Kilometers in either direction. But you do manage to spot a point on the lake. There is a boat sitting still in the distance, and you would be able to head over there if you would like.
I will do that. Maybe give I don't know if we would have agreed on some form of vocal things like whistles or whatever.
Yeah, we'd probably have a whistle. You know.
I will just whistle once for I found something, follow me.
Yep, heck yeah.
So I'm going to admit something here. I didn't expect you guys to follow this thread right away.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I don't have this prepped. I have an idea of what I want to do.
God damn it,
but I'm
Red.
hastily looking up creatures here.
We could take a break if you'd like.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah,
to,
early
we
break.
can take a break. A
Blake.
Yeah, I will say, as you approach this boat, you can see that this rowboat is sitting on the water, and there's the shape of a man hunched over on the boat, and he is gesticulating and arguing with something, but the sound of the water lapping against itself isn't quite enough for you to make out what it is. And you can see the shimmer of something ethereal in front of him that he is arguing with.
What the fuck? This is cool.
Lovely.
Let's go.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Okay.
So give me about 15 minutes?
15
Probably not
sounds
15
good.
minutes.
I'm
Sounds
gonna
good.
make some food, so I might need 20. If that's alright.
Yeah,
That
I'll
sounds
make-
like pizza in the oven.
I will prep the encounter here.
Heck yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Let's
I
go.
would still be hovering a safe distance above, I don't know, 150 feet.
hovering like a ghost.
Run like a ghost.
Like a demon lady. Devil lady. Different. Big difference.
Important
Right.
difference.
I will be back.
See you in 50 minutes.
See you in 15.
Okie doke.
So, how is everyone doing?
Pretty
Good.
good.
Hmm. Anyone wants to do some horseback RP that happened before this, if you want? While we wait.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I can think of anything too.
Rory could potentially
I
talk a bit
am-
with Volk about Ireena, but that's about it.
I am currently sorting through some of my wild shape possibilities and trying to organize them a little bit better.
Hmm.
I realized that I had a bunch of new options because
Oh yeah, level 4 you get swimming things, right?
I get swimming things, so I got to add a bunch of new
Convenient.
creatures.
Ooh.
Um,
That's actually really good, because we're in a lake. Swimming. could be
yeah, exactly.
Shark time?
I think one of the best options for me is like a giant octopus.
Oh yeah.
Because it can grapple and stuff. What's the difference between the octopus and the roctopus? I think the octopus is. Oh, okay, roctopus is a land creature. Weird. The giant octopus is a sea creature. Ooh, the giant sea eel. I wonder what he can do.
Be slimy. Be slithery.
Yeah. Like one of my usual suspects for like, do I want to choose this creature or that creature was like their HP, but that's not a category that I can really pay attention to anymore.
Ooh, the next levels for Rogue are really, really good. Like higher
What are my
proficiency
next
for my
levels?
ridiculous perception. Uncanny dodge. More
Okay.
expertise. Ooh. Then evasion
let
and
me
another
see.
feat afterwards.
Paladin. Oh, I get extra attack. And Aura of Protection. Ooh. Next couple of levels seem quite spicy for me.
Oh lordy, we have double aura of protection and rules is written it
Oh.
does stack.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
That makes me
yes.
feel things.
Guys, I can turn into a walrus.
Heck yeah! That sounds amazing. Are you gonna do the walrus noises as well?
I probably not, because I don't know what a walrus sounds like.
Sadness.
Okay, let's go with. Do I have challenge rating tags? No, I don't. That's weird. I should have a challenge rating tag. Or filter. Okay, so for challenge rating 1, I can be a really big toad. A giant octopus. Okay, apparently a
Also
a
next
giant
level,
seahorse. A giant seahorse
Ooh, that's good.
is more dangerous than a giant poisonous snake.
Well, CR totally makes sense in D&D.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, also, I
Okay,
get
what is so
level
scary about
spells.
the? Oh, maybe it's because it can charge. Yeah, it looks like because it can charge and ram, which is different from what the poisonous snake can do. It has slightly higher HP. Is faster. That's probably why it's higher challenge rating. But yeah, it looks like my best options are giant octopus or a giant frog. Or no, not the giant frog, the giant toad.
Mm-hmm.
Walrus's quarter. I could become a seal. I could become a shark. I want to be a shark. Sharks are cool.
Sharks are cool.
I have to move constantly. Wonder if that's actually a thing. Giant shark. And the shark. No, it's not a thing. That would be an interesting feature of the shark, is that if the shark does not move at least 5 feet in its turn,
Suffocates.
it begins to suffocate.
Hello, gang.
Welcome back,
Hello.
my
Be a
dude.
bit silly, but
I should have kept stirring with my 2 and be like, no, we don't go to the lake, so Spencer doesn't have to impromptu prepare stuff for the second campaign session in a row.
Yeah.
oops.
And to be fair, last session it sounded like, oh yeah, sure, we will go to the mayor and then we will go to the coffin maker and everything is going to be great. I'm pretty sure that he got all of those things prepared, and then we decided to
Yeah.
not do the one thing that was not prepared.
Out of left field. Let's go.
Ah,
I'm just when there's like a time thing and it's like somebody's gone missing and I know time is passing and there's like I'm always thinking like shit, someone's gonna die if we're too slow, right? And how gut wrenching it would be like, okay guys, let's go back on this quest. We've delayed it a bit, but I'm sure it'll be fine. We go there.
It's video game
someone's
mechanics.
dead. Yeah.
hmm.
You know.
What a nice character arc we will have.
I missed the exact details of what happened like the moment before everyone left. What was Spencer saying?
We are on a boat.
We're on a
Rory's
boat,
flying
we
and
see
saw
something.
someone in the middle of the lake on a boat speaking with like a weird arcane veiled person on the boat. And then he said he's not prepared for this at all because he didn't think we'd go there, so he needs 15 minutes. So I'm a bit worried because 15 minutes is a lot of preparation time for what is supposedly one encounter. So
At least some mindfucky shit. It's gonna be amazing.
it's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna
Most
be
likely.
great.
Also, I am looking forward to the time when Red is having a character crisis and massive character development when he notices he cannot save everyone.
Hey, no, Red has gotten to the end of his character development. He's already he is in his perfect form. He's never going to change because he's perfect.
So
right?
this is your final form and you don't have any room for growth, is what you want to tell me.
I mean, can you improve on perfection? I don't think so.
What's-
You could
what-
you could switch hands.
Exactly. And what told you you're perfect, Red?
Red told
The
himself.
truth is, I've been left-handed this entire time.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
level
got it.
5 is when
The
you
truth
get
is,
multi-attack.
I've been left-handed as well.
So I was trying to
this.
go for the right hand just to get a different feel for it, and it was a bit boring, and I don't really get the hang of it, so I will go back to my main hand and just attack twice as often.
I mean, yeah, this is when Red reveals himself to be a
Level 20.
a Dex fighter named the Man in Black,
What?
and that's a secret.
Nah, he's a level 20 fighter, level 20 paladin, and has semi-godhood.
Oh no.
He's just playing.
no.
He's actually a trickster god.
Actually, the trickster. Oh my
The
god.
dread pirate robots.
I'm gonna be about one.
Hmm. I like it when you give characters a weird, stupid reason why they suddenly attack twice as often. Like with my fighter, I was like, huh. When I use action search, I attack twice instead of once. I should just always do that.
I am also enjoying just like the justification for why I can suddenly now do things is, yeah, no, I used to be able to do it. I don't have to relearn this stuff. I just, my body
Yeah.
just couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
And
I
the
like
more
I like
training
having
that
things
the
like
more
that.
training that I do, the more fights that I get into, the more like, it's spiritual energy, or something weird
what's
like
this?
that. Oh, talking about my justification for Volk's acquiring of new skills every time they level up
Oh yeah.
is basically like pseudo spiritual energy that like basically the more that they train and fight the more they fight and train their body, the more it can handle the energy that's already inside them.
Oh, I see.
And then they can do stuff that they used to be able to do when they were a level 20 druid in the Feywild.
Wait, you're a level 20 druid? Is that canonically the thing?
Yeah, that is canonically the thing. Is Volk used to be a level 20 druid when they were in the Feywild for like over 1,000 years.
Damn.
But when they came to the mortal realm, they were punted basically into a mortal body.
Now the thing is, how do you navigate that? How do you navigate that in like a character way? Because they're in 1,000 years. You're supposed to get like really wise. Like you become this like very wise thing, right? That
Nah, because
isn't
Volk's an idiot.
Can you be a powerful idiot? Is that how it works?
Yeah. Well, no, I think. Oh no. There was a big thing that Volk actually had some pretty decent amnesia. When they came back into the mortal realm, they actually forgot why they came into the mortal realm, along with a lot of other stuff. And so them leveling up and regaining that old power is a combination of, oh right, I used to be able to do these things, and also finally my body has enough like spiritual energy to allow me to do this stuff that I used to be able to do.
Makes sense. I wonder if someone's level 20, can they take out the Xanathar's guild?
No.
I'm not sure.
No,
Yeah.
they can't.
Really? Is it
Canonically, they have like over 100 members. They have Xanathar as the head. They have a shitload of bugbears, zombie beholders, stuff like that.
Counterpoint?
Maybe
I think Xanathar is like a CR15 beholder or something.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like a level 20 party.
Level
Yeah,
20
level
party
20
potentially,
party could.
but
Not a single individual.
if they really go like all out fight, then most likely not, because Xanathar, well, canonically beholders are always prepared for everything, and Xanathar is like in the beholder ranking is like even higher in that regards.
Damn.
There's a reason
Plus-
why he's supposedly like the only true mastermind.
Hello, Riley?
I don't know what's going on with my camera, and I don't know how to fix it.
We can see like it's like your phone.
It's switched around. I realized that. I
Yeah.
couldn't find the button.
Sadness. I mean, counterpoint. Wish.
Yeah, when people go like, oh, I
Pretty
wish for the Xanathar guild to not exist or something else along those
Hey.
lines, don't forget it's always up to the DM to decide, and the wish might be too powerful for
Yes,
you to
the
manage.
maybe the Xanathar's guild doesn't exist, but the Quadrupower guild exists instead, and that's run by a Tarask.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That'd be funny.
To be fair, the Xanathar guild
Can
doesn't
you
exist.
imagine though? Can you imagine an intelligent Tarask?
I would
Like
so be down.
it's
for
got the
an
intelligence of a dragon or something.
Ooh, imagine, like that's the only part that makes the thing not super scary. Or like a mind flayer tadpole infesting it.
Oh.
I mean, that might be something that happens because Wizard of the Coast likes doing that, like infesting stuff with mind flayers. Which is cool, to be fair.
That's cool.
It's a bit weird.
Tarasks are terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I'm terrifying.
But like, to be honest, something that is, for me at least, as a both like a D&D player and if you think about it, more than a singular really powerful creature such as the Tarask, something like the Xanathar's Guild, something run by a powerful creature, but at the same time it's organized and everything.
Yeah.
It's far more difficult to.
Hi, Dad. One moment.
To kind of to combat. More so if it is like mafia, like Xanathar says.
Yeah, that's
Hello,
definitely
Spencer.
true. Yeah, because it's not straight on fire. I mean, I do hold the opinion that at the end of the day, the most powerful level 20 is a level 20 necromancer.
But to get back to the Tarask real quick, in theory, and I know it sounds stupid, Rory could 1v1 a Tarask at current point.
Really?
For the simple point that Tarask
Not
have...
my Tarask.
Not your Tarask, but rules is written like vanilla Tarask does not have any ranged attacks. Or anything else with range besides its frightful presence, so...
Though
Oh.
theoretically it could jump like 300 feet. As written.
So I would have... So jump up 300 feet, but I could hover higher than that.
With the longbow, you could go up 600 feet and shoot straight down. Then
Yeah.
it has nothing to do.
Yeah, it is pretty stupid and it would take ages, but in theory...
Well, its AC is also
25, yeah.
24?
25. So
Which
I would
means,
I would only hit on net 20s.
A lot of shots.
Actually, I would hit on a 19 and 20. Imagine
You
carrying...
just need an infinity bow.
Yeah, I would, because I couldn't carry enough crossbow bolts or arrows to fly and
Also-
still shoot.
The creatures that you are going to be encountering here, of course, I don't own the book that they're in, so I have to quickly make a character sheet for them.
Oh, 5e2. Shit, is it better? Roll 20 is really good for that. I think.
You can't say that cursed word. It is very not legal. We would never use something like that here, of course.
Of course.
Yes.
I actually
of
don't,
course.
because I enjoy making character sheets myself, even for monsters.
Really? But it's so tedious after a while. You're just like, okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, I only need to do that for my one-shots, because all of my one-shots have at least like 1 or 2 custom creatures in it. And the other things is just stuff that is in the source book anyway.
Valid. Yeah, that's the case for the one-shot I'm running on Tuesday. It's going to be a lot of custom monsters. They hate snakes, by the way, is also a spoiler.
God fucking damn it.
Nah.
Oh yeah, if we already have character sheets, I guess I would have to think of what I want to do. Would you and T be allowed, or do you want us to go some custom lineage shit instead?
I'm fine with you, Auntie.
Cool.
Also,
Simon
I
and
think-
Samantha ready.
Given how rough you've had it here, I think I will let you level up at the end of this session.
Hey.
Yeah.
But you won't level up at the end of the next session.
Sadness.
That's
Not
how
not
I'll do
instant
it.
level 6.
But you'll level up in advancement for the conclusion of the Valaki arc,
Sounds good.
which is probably good for you anyway.
We would have to need take a long rest anyway to get that, so... with Red here being determined to just continue onwards because one person might die.
Hey, you know it. I'm.
Like,
it's
yeah, on the
good to
one
be
hand,
good.
City might go down and we could rest and prevent that, but there's one girl missing.
Yeah, but you know, it's like the Peter Singer philosophy question. You know, drowning boy in a lake, and you're walking by.
I think we're still waiting on a
Why
star,
am I
right?
typing this out by hand? I can just open up an
Copy
illegal
paste is the way to go.
one and copy and paste.
Yeah,
It is the way to go indeed.
like use the 5e tools mirror.
I mean, worst case, just go for
Oh
claw
no, Five
attack,
Tools
bite
is back
attack.
on again.
Is 5e tools back on?
Yeah.
I mean, the mirror was on after like an hour. I, for some reason, don't use 5e tools. I always use the wiki dot.
5e tools is good for a DM because Wikidot doesn't.
Yeah, wiki dot is like all the player stuff. 5e tools
Yeah,
has monsters and
Five
stuff like
Tools
that as
has
well,
a
right?
lot of more stuff in general and
Yeah, it
more
has
DM
like.
stuff as
Alright,
well.
I sometimes use that for like not shape change, polymorph and stuff like that because it has like a very nice list for all of that, and like stat blocks for like summon Fey or whatever. Like a nice list that you can just sort by CR.
Sorry about this.
Alright.
I was
No
I was
worries.
planning yesterday after the session, and then this morning while I was waiting for the bus, I was planning all the places you could go, and all the things that could happen. I had plans for Victor and the Baron, and Ezek and the inn.
To be fair, all the
didn't have
things that
plans for
Rory
this.
would have done.
Yep.
But Rory has already been leading the party more than enough the last couple of sessions, I feel. So let's go on a boat. You just want to, god fucking damn it, you just want to sing shanties.
You know it. It's always the case. It's the eternal thing for me.
And then he just started singing Wellerman because that's the only song he knows.
No. I'm well versed in
The
this.
Wellerman comes to bring us sugar and spice and rum. Someday when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. There once was a ship that put to sea. The name
Are we
of the
just
ship
waiting
was
for-
Coyote.
We are waiting for
I'm
pizza.
I'm
Girl.
just making it,
Yep.
and then we'll be good to go.
Okay, sorry for the delay. I'm back.
No worries. I'm still creating it because, as it turns out, I don't own the book that this monster is in. That is going to be out here.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
What? Oh.
I've sorted up my my new wild shapes that I got when we leveled up to 4 because I forgot to do that earlier. So now I have aquatic people, animals. I almost said Pokemon at first, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's not Pokemon. But now I have aquatic animals, which is helpful.
Also, I'm mildly worried about the monster not being in Spencer's books, because I remember I gave Spencer the Tomb of Beast.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
There's some stuff on there that
I will
I'm
say
really
I was
scared
experimenting with doing randomized HP. I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. Because in the fight where we fought the shadows, poor Astora got the one shadow with the most HP and was stuck fighting it. So I
Imagine
think I'm
having
just gonna go with,
shadows.
equal HP, so you know what to expect from a given monster, unless it's a commander or something of that sort.
Hmm.
I was gonna surprise us with something out of a book that not even I know about.
The Book of Great Sea Monsters. It is a tentacle fish. The best idea I ever had. It's a fish, but it also has tentacles. That's all you need to know.
That's terrifying. Absolutely.
The abbreviation for this is TY. For the source book, it's TYFTP or something like that. I don't know what that is off the top of my head.
Tales from the Yawning Portal.
That explains it. I don't own that in book physical form either.
But Spencer, how do you
surprisingly
know
few
these
water
stats then if
monsters.
you do not own it?
Well, because I think it's mostly Yawning Portal stuff is mostly like old adventures.
Yeah, it's like short
old
adventures,
dungeons.
somewhat
Yes,
ported
exactly.
to 5e, and some of them have like really bad balance issues or just don't work as well. And it's more like the...
like
I
there.
I think
Some,
it was-
some are pretty cool.
Yeah,
but
I heard that
some
some
are-
of them are really nice, and a lot of them are like more like short mini sessions or something that you
Yeah,
can like
it's-
put into your campaign.
Yeah, it's stuff like the Sunless Citadel, like big classics. The Sunless
Ooh,
Citadel.
yeah, I do like this on the Citadel, yeah.
There is the temple, the temple of, I don't remember the whole name. It's so long. It's like
Pudding
some
King is really fun
Aztec.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
there is the Forge of Fury. There's the dwarven thing. Then there is Tomb of Horrors from there, but no one
Tomb
likes
of Horrors sucks ass.
Because of
Exactly.
the whole annihilation instantly and just murder you and pain and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Losing hands and limbs and
Yeah.
Yeah,
all that good stuff.
yeah, I like
It's
the
fun
video.
because it has pretty much adventures from level 1 all the way to 14. If you want to do a big
Oh.
unique portal run.
Speaking
so
of the
that's
Tomb of
pretty good, yeah.
Horrors, I recently saw a somebody making the map, like as a physical object for Tomb of Horrors,
Ooh.
like a 3D
Mm-hmm.
model type thing. It was a really neat video.
I really like the video that XP to level 3 made with the Tomb of Horrors. Like, hey, we will just play this with like super min-max level 20 characters to show you how stupid it is. They were like going through there for like 2 hours. Completely annihilated the fake glitch that was in there, and then, okay, yeah, all of you are asleep. Also, there's a bowler. You're all dead.
Yeah.
So
Some
it took
days,
like
yeah.
2 hours for a min-max party to just completely get annihilated. One character lost all of the items, but it was a monk, so it was fine. another one changed their gender and their alignment.
Alignment,
So
yeah, I remember
that
that.
character would have been completely fucked. So one character would have been fucked if it wasn't a monk. One character would, like, RP-wise be completely fucked. And then everyone died. Great times.
Good times.
What AD&D was like.
Yeah, back in the day.
It's good times.
Yeah, because it wasn't character focused in the way that modern D&D is.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't about telling comprehensive stories like
It was more
like a
about
book.
gameplay than RP.
It was
guess.
all about the gameplay, and so
I
a game where your character loses like all their stuff is annoying, but it's not like you destroyed this character that you've put like 300 hours into.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's that, because I think that mindset only came about with Critical Role.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Somewhat.
possibly.
because 5e isn't really anymore. It's more simplified than 3.5, but
Yeah.
it's not anymore like story focused. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think the major shift in focus that why we see narrative-driven campaigns going is more so that it's become more common to run 5e, and people just tend to like more narrative stories. So therefore, that's what you see most of all, I would say.
Yeah, it's because
Mhm.
people want to
Mhm.
play it as a role-playing game and not a video game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was actually talking with somebody the other day about Pathfinder, and they were talking about how great it is to have all these rules for everything. You don't have to make up so much stuff, and I'm like, it sounds miserable. I don't want to be a computer. I like 5e because you can use as much or as little of the rules as you want. It is so flexible.
Yeah, the problem with Pathfinder, or how I sometimes call it, Mathfinder,
Yeah,
it's exactly that. It's
yeah. This
too
guy was
much,
telling me
too
that there
much
are like
math.
charts and percentages to determine what the weather is that you roll on to like determine what the chance of different types of weather are, and it's like, or I could just say that it's raining.
You compare that to
I,
D&D, where their weather system is in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, and it is exclusively like magical weather.
Yeah.
That the DM can just say, "This is
I've
happening."
been-
It's cool.
I've been listening to a podcast called A Pod Called Quest, and it's a Pathfinder podcast, actual play podcast. And one thing that's really like struck me is like when you roll criticals, like critical hits and critical misses. It is kind of cool because they actually have like a table that you roll on, and it does like extra stuff. So like you could blind your enemy, or if you roll a fumble, then you could like accidentally stab yourself, which is really bad, obviously. And one of the really like, at first I was like, that kind of sucks, is that if you roll a critical hit, you have to confirm the critical, or else it doesn't do double damage. And they weren't doing for fumbles, and so like it was really bad. But then they actually ended up changing it so that you had to confirm fumbles as well, so you didn't get like horrible stuff if you rolled a 1.
So, like-
you had to roll a 1 and then also miss on a second roll. But it's very interesting.
Yeah, isn't like the confirmed critical rule from like, because you used to be able to get crit ranges like that used to go down to like 15, so you'd be critting 25% of the time.
Yeah,
Older
they've
editions,
got stuff like
you
that.
also, it was a lot more common just to have like flat add-ons to your damage and to hit stuff rather than d8s, like extra dice to roll for damage. I've looked at some AD&D stat blocks, and they are incomprehensible. It's like +1, -2, +5, -7, and it's like, just give me the total. I don't need to see all of the math.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
also the weird THAC0 that I never really understood
Thaco?
how it works.
Yeah, the THACO is very confusing.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I've seen like Matt Coco is running for it now, like for his game. I don't know.
Oh, I think I saw that,
Yeah.
actually.
I might like try out some old editions at some point, maybe. 3.5, 4. Probably not like AD&D or like second edition AD&D, but
Oh, I tried out both. Like, I played a lot of 4E, but tried out 3.5. It depends. Like, it depends what you want from the game, to be honest. Like, if you want to
yeah.
have more an RP centered, then 4E is not that. If you want to have something more combat centered, okay, then 4E has a pretty good combat system. It will take you hours to make a turn or to decide what to do at a level higher than 1, because you're gonna have something like 30 different abilities. But at the same time, it gives you much more customizability of even, really basic classes such as like fighter or barbarian. Like, you can make different flavors of both that have different styles of play. That is pretty neat.
That's why I like Tasha's class feature variants. I think they should add more, like Rick's Guide does for the monk, where it's just different abilities that aren't necessarily better or worse, just like
That's different.
something that's different. Yeah. Because like Warlock's like the most customizable class, and it's very fun to make a Warlock because you just have so many options to pick from.
Yep.
I would like having more option for characters like, hey, you can get this class feature or this. Or maybe even something like, hey, you are this subclass. If you are this subclass, then at this point you can take this instead of that.
Yeah.
But that would be work. And a lot of balancing.
Yeah, I don't know whether Wizards of the Coast is going to do anything like that until they're starting a new edition, or if they're doing like a full 5.5 edition.
It has been a long time. There should be a version 6 coming out somewhat soonish, as in the next couple of years.
We are overdue a new edition, aren't we?
Yeah, 5 is just really popular, I guess.
I think they're gonna stick with 5e until like it stops being popular, but that doesn't feel like it's gonna happen for a while.
Yeah, anytime soon anyway, yeah.
Yeah, they're just gonna be releasing new rule books and stuff, but that's it.
Yeah.
The only problem I can see with that, well, apart from sticking to one edition for a lot of time, it's the same thing they did with 4E and having a ton of rulebooks on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
at a certain point you have too many. You have too many options. Like, what is there? 40 classes in 4th edition?
That was part of what 5e was trying to fix when they switched over.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready to go.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
So sorry that took so long.
Don't worry.
No worries, I blame us.
No, we had a fun discussion.
Yeah.
I just remembered that I have to remember to vote tomorrow, because I almost forgot that was this weekend.
Voting is amazing.
Not in Germany. So remember when the whole world was making fun of Americans because they had the choice between fucking Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton, and then 4 years later between Donald Trump and a sleepy guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, now
Joe
we
Biden.
have a dude that
Yeah.
has done so many bad shit that no one wants to vote for him. The dude that already got a crushing defeat 4 years ago, but now is a viable option because the other guy sucks so hard. And then the one from the Green Party who is also not very competent. So we have 3 very shitty options.
What's the guy that's running, the one that has that slogan? The liberal, the liberal guy?
The Scholz guy?
I think that's the thing. Yeah.
It's the Scholz train.
Yeah.
True. and then with him, I think they had like 10% instead of the usual like 25 plus that year.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And now he's like actually higher than the Christ Democratic Party that used to be at like 30% because that guy dropped to like 20%. The other guy went up to 25. Then you have the Green Party that is like another 20%.
It's insane how popular the Green Party is getting, to be honest.
They are starting to be not shitty, but they have some questionable things.
I mean, Schultz, for many, if I was in Germany, I would probably vote for Schultz.
Nah, fuck that guy.
Really?
I'm gonna vote for the left side again.
I mean, he is kind
It's the
of...
closest
like,
to. It's the closest viable party.
Yeah, it's the closest
me, at
viable
least.
party. Like, if everything was even, you definitely vote for the Greens, right? Like,
We should stop talking about politics because we have been waiting for 40 minutes.
sorry, yes.
And then Spencer is like, "Hey, we are ready," and then we start talking politics.
Yes, sorry.
No worries.
Oh, what
Oh,
the
I should
fuck?
probably.
That is a very
so
dead-looking
you can
zombie
place yourself
girl.
on the boats,
I'm not on a boat.
or hovering over the water if you'd like.
Mm-mm-mm.
Forgot. I need to. If I want to roll initiative and have you guys not see it, I need to.
DM
switch
roll on the
to
sheet.
Whisper rolls. Query whisper.
Oh right, you cannot roll initiative for them if they are if they are not on DM layer because otherwise you see them in the thing.
Speaking of, as I was saying, as you approach, you can see that there is a boat sitting on the water. There is a man gesticulating wildly at a shimmering light in front of him, and he arguing with it, seemingly. At his feet, you can see that there is a bundled sack, burlap sack that is tied tightly at the top, and it is roughly child-sized.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
no.
Fuck. Mm.
Can we row faster? I'd like to row faster, please.
You can row faster, yes.
I would like to try to discern what the fuck they people look like because going by the tokens, this guy looks like he drowned and is like one of those water-soaked corpses, and this looked like a zombie girl.
NPC art is not great in the book for regular old Barovians.
Oh.
But yes, you are welcome to roll a perception check if you would like to see what you can see beyond what I have described to you.
My perception rolls suck ass.
What did you get?
A 12.
A 12. Yeah, so you can see other than that shimmer, there's not much you can tell. Other than he is very agitated. And that sack between at the bottom of the boat is shifting ever so slightly. And then as you get a little bit closer, you hear an ear-splitting shriek of a young girl split the still of the night. And the rain at this point has picked up. So you are on the water, it is raining, this man is arguing with some sort of shimmer in front of him, and the little girl screamed. Everybody can roll initiative.
Did it
Because,
sound like that
It's
was...
gonna matter.
Did it sound like it was the potential person in the sack? You just
Probably.
kicked
That
two
was
people off the initiative order.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I will just
You can
reroll
add yourself
again.
back and customize it to what it was. My
Why?
apologies.
Why am I alone in this boat?
I do not know. That is kind of rude.
Like, I
Just a
shouldn't be
paladin.
alone in the boat. I am not staying in the boat. Somebody needs to be in the boat. And we will.
To be fair, it is actually not
So
that
can somebody
stupid.
please move and just share the boat?
Actually, I
Two
think that is
paladins
good
wanted to be
because
together and Darren wanted to be with that, so
there's gonna be an empty boat that we can go to if the other party gets sunk.
Wasn't like Ilena on the boat? Yeah, Ireena.
No. Ireena and Ismark are down.
Oh, right, yeah.
the prisoners.
Yeah.
The survivors. Right, I need to add turns for these folks. Boop. Boop.
So,
Whisper
scream.
roll.
Did that scream come from the sack?
With a 13, hard to tell, but it would stand to reason.
Yeah.
How many of us do have plot points?
I have.
I should add the thing for plot point.
I have a plot point. I think it's just red and
Red and Rory's. Oh,
yeah, red
oops.
and Rory.
Yeah, Red and Roy
Ignore
use
that.
theirs.
Plot point.
And reminder that all of us have one inspiration each session that I think we used
Yes.
once.
Mm-hmm.
One single time. We see the name of
Ah.
the thing, and we see the thing in chat, but we do not
Yes,
see it in
I
the...
said apologies because I clicked the wrong thing.
Oh yeah, right, if you do not select their tokens when rolling initiative, then it doesn't get added, so it works that way.
Yep. Should only have been one.
Also,
Yeah,
Red, you have to get yourself back on the thing.
Did I not do that? Oh, I thought I did that.
You
Red
did, but I
will
think you
be
forgot to select your token.
0 initiative roll.
Of
Okay,
course.
The duality.
Diana is first, but since Volk is here, and Volk has some insight into such creatures, Volk, you can either make a nature check or a history check, whichever you are better with, to see if you remember it or intuit it.
I have
Uh-oh.
stuff with both, so
Oh no,
I'll
you
just roll
froze.
nature, I guess. I rolled 2 though.
You rolled 2. Okay.
I rolled a 22.
Oh, a 22. I was going to say a 2. That's pretty bad.
It's
Um,
impossible for me to roll a 2. I have a +4.
Let's hope the internet will catch itself.
Also, I have a touch lamp. It's cool.
Ooh.
Nice. Yeah, you can see this shimmering is a telltale sign of a creature. In particular, you are aware of these creatures called night hags,
Oh no.
who can enter people's
Oh,
dreams,
no, not night hags
speak to
again.
them in their nightmares. And so this shimmer is a telltale sign of something akin to that, you would guess. You would usually expect this to be appearing over the head of somebody who's having a nightmare caused by a night hag. This man seems awake, so do with that what you will. First up is Diana. You are rowing very quickly. Actually, Rory, can I get you to move back a little bit?
Sure, just tell me where you want me to be.
Yeah, go like halfway of the distance. Yeah,
Okay.
that probably would have been when things triggered. So,
Sounds good.
Diana.
I will go here on this coffee stain on the map.
I'll just say to the man, can I, how far away? I can shout at him from here.
Yeah, at this point,
yeah.
you would be able to hear, and you can hear his muttering. He's saying, "You told me fish. You told me I bring girl, I get fish. Why are you not giving me fish?" And he's just saying this over and over again.
Can I kill him? I can kill him, right?
I'll just shout to him. What are you doing? Just trying to get his attention.
He will glance at you and he'll say, "Why are you on lake? Go away. My lake. I fish."
We're looking for a girl. And I think you have her.
No girl here.
Do I even need to make an insight check to know?
No. You get another shriek, which I won't subject your ears to, pierces the rain, and the sack on at his feet is kicking wildly.
I am going to draw my bow and say, if you give us the girl, no one has to get hurt.
He will look furtively upward, and he will say, "I have deal. I give girl, I get fish. Go away."
You don't want this. This isn't right. And now that's probably a bit too much talking, so that's the end of my turn.
All right, talk is a free action. That will bring us to a character who you have not seen yet. Is their turn. What will they do? Okay. Out of the mist, seemingly out of nowhere, comes 2 bolts of energy.
Uh-oh.
They fly towards Volk and Redmond.
Whew.
Uh-oh.
How does this work? Oh,
It's magic missile, so it
So
just
it's-
does
it's-
damage.
yeah, I know, but it's the first one, right?
Yeah, normally it's like
Oh,
all
it's
of
3
them,
glowing darts.
making the
So-
same, deal the same damage normally.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like the first roll, and then just times that by 3. That's so like
So These target Diana, Red, and Volk.
Okay, so 2 down.
Okay.
And then that shimmering shape begins to manifest
so,
into the shape of an
those
old
are
woman.
Those are 3 different rolls. So who of us takes
Apologies.
1, or
No.
who of us takes 2 points, and who of us takes 4 points?
No,
I'll
no,
leave
Because
that up
I'm
to you.
looking at the rolls.
no. The way magic missile works is that the first roll is the one that should be. So like the first roll here is 1 plus 1. So we should all take 2 damage.
Yeah,
That's
they
kinda how it
like
works.
rules is written. They all deal the same damage.
Yeah, they all do the
It's
same
1 damage roll and 3 darts, and each does that the 1d4
I
plus
thought
1.
you rolled this,
No.
Yeah, it
each
says 1d4
different...
plus 1 to its target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it depends.
each
The darts
one,
all strike
each dart rolls its own damage
Okay.
if they hit different people.
The Jeremy
Normally not.
what Jeremy Crawford said is that the first dice roll is the one that does, but it's always up to the DM, so it's up
Okay.
to you, Spencer.
So, as after I was just saying how rules light 5e is, and how much better that is than Pathfinder. Okay, so this one is for Volk. This one is for Red. This one's for Diana.
Hey, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4. There you go. Yeah.
I love
And
that.
then shimmering back onto this plane, you see an old woman perched on the end of the boat. And she calls out to you and she says, "Be gone, this is none of your business."
Stinky night hags.
That is her turn. Rory.
Well, shame. I will get my crossbow ready, do my
Okay.
steady aim thingy, and I would have shot at the guy, but I guess I can shoot at an attack now, so I will do that.
Okay,
Pop.
go for it.
Yeah, fortune to it.
Bop. Unfortunately, no. The
Unfortunate.
bolt just bounces off of her flesh.
Sadness. And that's my turn.
And she will call out to you. She says, "My sister told me about you. You aren't so impressive."
Give us the girl! Just want the girl.
We've gotten more powerful since then.
"No, I will not give you the girl. Go away."
Well, fuck you!
Volk. It's Volk's turn.
All right. I will use my final 3rd level spell slot. To cast Barkskin on myself as a action. And as a bonus action, I will turn into a octopus. A giant
Nice.
octopus. I'm gonna be a giant octopus, and let me just open up giant octopus in my other screen. Giant
call it a-
octopus.
Joctopus. Actually, let's not call it a joctopus. That's gross.
No. We'll just call it a kraken.
A Craig and
Except a kraken is a giant squid, I think.
a Clay Ache. And...
Anyways,
No, my
big
roll 20's
octopus.
glitching out.
No.
Big octopus has a 60-foot swim speed. So Volk kind of like rolls out of the boat as they transform.
Oh yeah.
And kind of go about like
Giant octopus medium.
nope, I'm large. And I'm gonna swim like
Oh, drag her into the water. Drown her.
30 feet down as I do.
Hey. Well, in the process, you're going to take an opportunity attack as you pass by. You're headed straight for the boat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Finally, my roll 20 has stopped freaking out. So
I mean, if I notice anything as I go, I'll stop when I
you do
reach
not
it.
see anything.
Okay, but something attacks me.
Yes. Again, I just made this character sheet, so patience, my apologies.
No worries.
Okay. Yeah. So as you pass by, seemingly out of nowhere, a bunch of the water in front of you becomes deeply acidic. And we will see if it hits you.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Managed to hit you?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, that's a 21.
So you take 7 acid, and you are blinded until the start of your next turn.
It's next turn.
Well, that sucks.
This creature's next turn. But you do manage to get there. It doesn't do anything else to hinder your approach.
Well, that's frustrating. Oh, right. No, that doesn't go on my main HP. That just goes on my temporary HP. Silly me.
Okey doke. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that's all I can do.
That brings us to a creature you cannot seize turn, which now that it has been aggroed, is going to approach.
Oh, let me guess. It's the
20.
Nereid?
Yeah.
I guess I could see again.
Yep. So
Ooh, I have dark vision.
yeah, the water around you is going to begin thrashing and pushing against you. So I'm going to need you to make a saving throw.
What kind of saving throw?
It is a strength saving throw.
Well,
As
it's a
the
good
water
thing
around you begins to constrict.
Oh.
It's a good
Also, the
thing I'm a
numbers might be
giant
wrong.
octopus.
I made sure the dice are right.
It's a good thing I'm a giant octopus because my strength is +3 instead of -1. So I'm just gonna find something that's +3 and roll that, and just this is a strength saving throw from a giant octopus, not a performance
Yeah.
check. That's a
There you
17.
Yeah, so you manage to resist most of the damage as the water around you sort of tries to smush you with pressure. And you only take 3 of that bludgeoning damage.
Thanks.
That is its turn. That brings us to Ileena's turn.
Okay, so I will try and shoot at the hag.
All right, go for it.
Let me try and shoot at the hag. 12.
12
I
will
think
not
it
hit.
misses. Well, then that's the end of my turn.
All right. That brings us to Redmond.
Yes. How are we doing this boat stuff again?
If you would like to row the boat, I should look this up too. I would say it takes an action to move the boat.
Okay. I'd
And
like
then you would, of course, have your movement after that, where you can move within. Just looking up a rowboat speed for 5e. 15 feet. If you spent your movement to move it again, I would say you could row the boat 30 feet, but that would be the max of your abilities in this turn.
Wonderful, I will do exactly that.
Okay. If you move the boat forward
Row your boat
30 feet,
gently down the lake.
rowing madly.
Like, if someone could row furiously, that is exactly what Redmond's doing.
Hell yes. So you get yourself 30 feet forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think that's 30. It's the front of the boat.
It was 30. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So you get yourself to there.
And then
Move yourselves appropriately.
um,
But that exhausts you. Exhausts your options for this turn.
yes. Yeah, that'd be it.
I just realized something what the heck can do, and I'm very happy that I'm not on that boat.
That brings us to a creature's turn, and you happen to just have moved into her space.
Wonderful.
So
Got another thing that's not on the initiative tracker. The
because
thing
you
that
cannot
attacked
see
me.
her.
The thing that attacked me isn't on the.
Yeah, because it's hidden.
Yeah, they are invisible when they are immersed in water.
I see.
Redmond,
Yep.
you feel something wet as you're rowing, as something the water reaches up and seems to grab you. I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please, as the water lifts itself up in the shape of a woman and launches itself at you.
It's the Lady of the Lake. She wants to give you Excalibur. Legendary
Now-
artifact, heck yeah.
Yeah, so up from the water, you can now see it looks like a woman. She seems to be draped in shimmering cloth that you can see now that it's above water, but she's completely made of water. And as she launches herself at you, she grabs your wrists and forces you into a... I realized that we put the no forcing things on the palette just now.
Does it apply to
She's-
She's
kissing
going
as
to try to kiss you.
Ooh.
Okay.
Red.
well? Lady, I am not in. Okay, and then I guess she kisses me. I guess. Holy shit!
So yeah, that's going to be 15 acid damage.
That is unfortunate. Imagine having high constitution and failing.
Well, lucky I'm
You will not be drowning because as soon
No,
as
no.
it does this damage, it is going to dive back into the water and you lose sight of it.
I'm gonna give you the sexy kind of whistle, like. I can't do that and have the microphone pick it up, sadly.
I did not
Yes, so
censor
this
this.
thing will reach up, grab your arms, and it will launch its face at you. You take acid, and then it splashes over the other side of the boat, back into the water, and disappears.
Goddamn. Okay.
That brings us to Diana's turn.
Can I use my movement to row a bit more?
Yes, you can.
Yep.
So again, 15 feet per action you use to row.
Okay. I'll row us so it right up against this other boat.
Okay.
So 15 feet. Can I get us like so we're just bumping the head against that?
Yeah, I'll put you right there.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah, you slam into the back of this boat. I just realized I forgot to roll initiative for the 2 NPCs.
And that's my action.
Alrighty.
I wonder if that would trigger attack of opportunity from the underwater thing if you row over it.
None of you are in the
would
water.
have
so it
yeah,
does
we'd have
not.
cover
Oh,
for the
okay.
vehicle.
Like
Yeah,
I was
you would have
like,
full cover because you're on top of the boat.
like
Unless
actually
they come
curious.
up to grab you.
Give you a smoochie.
Mhm.
Speaking of, I will be back in like 10 seconds.
That was Diana's turn. Do you want to move at all?
I don't think so just yet. And I'll wait to cast Hunter's Mark for next turn. So yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. That brings us to another person you cannot see.
Uh-oh.
However, this person is perhaps friendly.
Who knows?
Breaking the water behind your boat, you see an elf head poke above the waves.
Casimir?
Go,
Yeah.
elf boy.
You see
Oh,
the shape
wow.
of Casimir poke his head above the water, and he will point at the night hag, and he will say,
Oh yeah,
she's
he's like,
made of charm, so it's not that.
We
like a
definitely
wizard,
need
so-
that help. We would get absolutely
what?
destroyed.
He's gonna cast magic missile back at the hag.
Back at ya.
Casimir, it's good to see you.
You don't know how he looks like, my dude.
Says, I have
Oh.
no idea who you are.
I keep forgetting this. I'm so sorry.
I just give him a little whiff, like, yo, you're late. You found the girl. She's in the back.
So he casts all of them at this night hag. She takes all of that.
Ooh,
oh damn, did he cast
almost
it,
max
like-
damage.
So 14 plus 8
And
is
level 3.
22.
Ooh.
Also, did I? Yeah, I put him on the right spot on the map. So that was the end of his movement as well as his action.
Oh
And
shit,
he
he's
says,
really high level then.
We found you. We found her. It looks like we found her at the same time. I don't remember what his voice sounded like.
You can have some of the spoils from the reward, of course. If you beat me in a game of dice.
What did she? What did
Well,
you
we'll,
say?
we'll talk later. With that, he will dip
Odd
back
range
under
chest.
the waves, but you know he's there now.
Mm-mm. Just a
Brings
lure.
us to this creature's turn, the one that had the opportunity to attack against Volk. So Volk, this time it will not attempt to kiss you because you are an octopus.
Oh.
It will instead just try to touch you. So the bad touch. DC 13 strength save, please.
Nope.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Oh,
We are doing
So you take
surprisingly
another
bad.
15 acid as this thing approaches you. But now that it's up next to your space, you can tell where it is. So you would be able to get an opportunity to attack with disadvantage as it tries to get away from you.
Yes, I will do that. Let me check what my thing is. +5 to hit, reach 15 feet.
Hell yeah! That's a heck of range.
Yeah, that's +5. Wait, that was. I don't
Yeah, it
want
was
to
just
put
a
that
flat
on.
d20.
That's +5. 9 + 5 is 14.
14 will hit, but it's at disadvantage
Ah, right, disadvantage.
because it is invisible to you.
Ooh.
Well, 14 does
That
hit,
makes
so you
me
get to roll
really
your damage.
sad. That makes me really sad.
Sorry.
Hit is 2d6 +3.
10.
That's 10 damage.
10 damage. Hot damn. Yeah, so you lash out at this creature, and you feel it recoil at your hit. But then it is out of your space.
Cool.
And
I
you
could have
have no
grappled
idea
it,
where
but I
is.
didn't want to.
Okay. That brings us to the Night Hag's turn. The Night Hag is going to do something. What it will do is it will point at you, Redmond, since you have been rowing so steadily, and it will say, "No more of that, no more of that, little man. I need
That
you
does not
to make."
hit.
It does not hit. Revealment. This is a.
I'm not little, nor
Ranged
no.
attack,
I'm not little.
No, man.
Says, "I don't care what you are. Go away." Another creature's turn. This creature will go over and attack Casimir because he is close. So Casimir needs to make a saving throw. Strength saving throw. Not his strong suit.
Oh
He
my
succeeds
goodness.
though. So as the water around him attempts to crush him, he's only going to take half damage. Boom. All right, that brings us to Rory's turn.
Well, reload, try again, but this time I'm gonna
Whomst are
use
you
a
attacking?
the night hack, the smoking bolt, because
Good
it
idea.
makes a smoke screen centered in 5 feet radius around the target. So, let's see if it hits. That was the wrong crossbow. So we will do this again with the right one. 18.
18 will hit her.
Yeah, so she takes 16 damage, and there is a 5-foot smoke screen around her.
So unfortunately, she has resistant to non-magical damage.
Unfortunate.
But you still did a lot of damage. So good work.
And yeah, there's
That
a
brings us
heavily
to-
obscured area, so she can't see shit, which is good.
Right. How wide is that area? Again?
5 feet.
5 feet radius.
So it's basically like right around her. Whoop.
Yes, so she's engulfed in smoke as the bolt hits her, and she starts coughing and sputtering. And she says, "What is this? It's disgusting.
Like you!
I'm beautiful."
You're even uglier than your sisters, and they were already ugly.
I rise to the surface and wrap my tentacles around the boat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mini
I
Kraken.
could do that. I'm gonna like drape my tentacles over the boat and try to, like, gently grab the girl.
Okay.
Just,
You
I'm
can-
trying to gently grab the sack.
You can certainly grab the sack. Would you like to undo the sack?
Volk is going to drag the sack and try to drag it onto the other boat that is right next to them. So, like, I've got some tentacles, like, anchored onto Red's boat, some tentacles anchored onto the other boat, and I'm using, like, my last 4 tentacles to just, like, grab this sack and, like, pull it open.
All right. Then the sack is going to attempt to kick you.
Little cunt.
Yeah.
Hey,
That
it is
probably does
our
not hit
bell.
your
Does
AC.
not hit. Does
It
not
attempts
hit
to
me.
kick you, but does not succeed. Now, where are you moving her?
I'm moving her onto the other boat.
So here?
Yeah.
Or further?
Basically.
That
That
further
works.
would be nice if you put it further.
And,
Yeah, you have
like, you
15
guys
foot
saw
reach, so it
Volk.
can go a ways.
Yep. The I'm pretty sure octopi have eyes. And a bit of a face. So the octopus is just gonna look at you guys.
Back underwater. Yeah, so this
I'm-
giant octopus
not
deposits
doing well.
a sack full of child next to you, Redmond.
And
then we
as a
get-
bonus, and
Sorry,
as
yes.
a bonus action, I am going to use my second wild shape to basically give myself 8 more temporary hit points
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm not doing well.
Mm.
Well, you're about to do less well because the other
I
Nereid
know.
that's down here is going to attempt to blind you. So why did it go back? Okay, there we go.
There's some nasty stuff under
Still-
here, guys. I just remembered
Okay,
that I have.
It's supposed to only be 1d12. So, Jesus, a 23. Okay.
Yeah,
Poor
that
Volk.
hits.
So that's a 1d12 plus 3.
There,
Ouch.
as a free action, telepathic. There's some like nasty stuff under here, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's 9 acid
Yep.
as the water around you becomes acidic again. Ileena.
Yep. Well, there goes all my temporary hit points.
Sorry.
So I can theoretically walk
That's
up
what I
here,
get for
right?
being in the water.
Yeah, at this point you would be able to cross the boats. I would need an acrobatics check because you are balancing, and we never use acrobatics checks. So here we go.
Mm.
Let's see. If you get below 13, you fall
18.
over. You're fine. You get across.
Okay, and then I'm gonna stab the hag.
Hell yeah! So you approach this
die.
hag. You stab her twice.
Let's go.
Okay, so once.
Does that heavy obscuring from the crossbow?
In theory,
Affect us as
it
well.
is still normal because they can't see each other.
Okay, so it's just fog around her head, sort of thing.
I mean, it depends on how you want to do it. The way it is, it's like a smoke screen around her, so she would be obscured because the whole area is obscured. But if you want to rule it that only the area around her head is
10-foot radius,
obscured,
which would be 10
then
feet
then
across.
Ileena would have advantage. It's either neutral or advantage because the hag definitely cannot see shit unless she can see through non-magical smoke.
Because she is obscured in smoke, I would give this a disadvantage because you can't quite see where you're going.
Yeah, but also the hag cannot see Ileena, so it would be neutral again.
It's true. So it would be balanced out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. I hit it.
So both of those
time.
hit. You have any smites left?
No, I used all my smite slots in the dungeon.
Nice. And people say I don't run enough encounters to have resource draining.
Resource training is a good thing. Imagine
Anything
needing
else you would like
spells.
to do?
Nope.
Imagine balancing encounters. That comes to the little girl's turn, and the little girl is going to attempt to break out of the sack. So she does a roll. Yeah, so she's able to rip herself free of the sack, and she immediately sees you, Redmond, and she tries to swing and hit you, but she doesn't have multi-attack, so she can't. But
Hey,
she
kid,
swings
one.
a fist across your face, and you see this young little girl, exactly as described. She has some beautiful Romani skin,
Mm.
I don't know. Brown
She doesn't
skin.
look like a
Yeah.
fucking zombie,
She
is
has
what you
lovely
mean.
brown skin, shockingly red hair, and yeah, she swings at your face and misses. And she says, "Who the fuck are you?"
We're sent by your father. We're here to save you.
Arabella,
Fuck my
be a good
father,
girl and stand down, or I will throw you in the fucking lake. I shout out.
What? What's your profanity?
Nah, I'm in a profanity mood.
Then it is Bluto's turn, and Bluto is going to look around confused, and he is going to spend his action looking around confused. Redmond, it is your turn.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna kill this guy. He didn't do anything bad.
He adopted that girl and wanted to give it
Yeah.
to the hag.
He's
For fish.
crazy. I'd like to go over here. Is the hag is this the shore up here?
No, she's perched on the edge of the boat with her feet. She has
Oh.
these nasty, bird feet poking out from under her robes. She has altered herself. So, she has a thumb on the back of her heel, and her front toes are these talons that sort of curve around and they're clenching the edge of the boat.
Valid. I would like to use bless as an action.
All right, who would you like to bless?
I would like to bless Ilena, myself, Diana, and Octopus.
I think you can see octopus because
I'm
underwater.
blessed.
I can see briefly underwater, right?
Yeah, you can see. They're not too far
I'm
down.
I'm very big.
Hmm.
Also that.
Large.
There's probably a tentacle waving just for the case of spellcasting.
Giving
And
you
I'll
like a
take-
thumbs up.
Surely we can talk this out, lady. Now be on my
Just-
turn.
She looks at you and she says, "What about me makes you think I'm willing to talk?"
You've been talking quite a lot so far, to be honest. And yeah, I suppose that's all I can say.
All right. You are 80 feet up, Rory, so it can do nothing about you.
Good.
However, it is going to approach the boat and attempt to grab you, Diana.
Oh no.
So, this Nereid will use its weapon, its special ability. It will reach up and grab you and attempt to do the same thing that it did to Red. Not necessarily kissing. We don't want to do force stuff, but it will
Face
launch
sucking.
itself up at you to do some face sucking.
Oh.
Yeah, so you failed as well, so
Oh.
you take 14 acid damage as this thing splashes over you. You see it briefly before it plunges back into the depths, from this side to this side. And then it is invisible again once it is immersed in water.
We are doing bad.
Okay. Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Which side of the boat did the Nereid? Nereid?
This side.
Come on.
Actually, I will briefly drop her into the right layer. Token layer. Token layer.
Okay.
So she started over here, and she launched herself over the boat, here, and then plunged into the water and disappeared.
Okay. And by my knowledge, are there two of these? I've
You would
seen.
guess that there is 4 from what you have seen.
Four. Okay, that's a lot. So I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire
Okay.
below the boat, so it doesn't hit any of us that above. I'm trying to
Mhm.
do an area, but my mouse isn't cooperating. In this area, so that's
Okay.
20 feet. That 20-foot square, and then 20 feet below.
Would that be a saving throw?
Yeah, it's a dex save. I'll put the
Dex save.
spell. And the save is 12.
Jesus. Did I accidentally build their character sheets wrong? I don't think any of them have rolled below a 20.
Ooh.
So
So-
yeah, total of 19 then.
Okay. So
No.
she succeeds.
Okay.
Just +3. They're just
And there was only one
rolling
down
really well.
Okay. That's the end of my turn.
there. Okay. That brings us to Casimir's turn. Casimir has water breathing on, so he won't do anything more there. But what he will do is he will surface again. No, you know what? He is going to remain down there. And those of you that can see into the water see an area under the water suddenly become filled with swirling ice. And then the ice begins popping to the surface after the spell goes off as he casts Ice Storm.
Ooh.
So he's going after the same one as before. He needs to make a Dex saving throw. If he gets a 20 again, I'm rage quitting.
That time I accidentally killed the whole
12,
party
finally.
because the enemies are all too good.
Yeah. So with that, the ice swirls around and then begins plopping up to the surface, and you can see there are the shards of, like massive boulders of ice begin plopping up around the boat. And that is Casimir's turn. He is going to get closer, remaining underwater. That brings us to one of the Nereid's turns. She is going to approach. And she will attempt to grab Arabelle. So, Diana, up from the water, you can see the shape of a woman appear and reach out at Arabelle.
Okay. Is there anything I can do about it?
You have opportunity attacks if somebody enters your range.
Not if someone enters, if someone leaves.
Fair enough. She will attempt to grapple Arabelle.
There you go.
Yeah, 1 and a 17. Yeah, so no, does not manage to get hold of Arabelle. And then as it's diving back below the water, would you like to make an opportunity attack?
I won't.
Yeah. Because it would have launched itself up here.
19 to hit.
Yeah. It takes all of that, and it seems
Got
pretty
6.
badly wounded.
6
You actually
slashing.
take a bit of the 6 slashing. Okay.
Yeah, because they're still converted from these slimes, and I added one to
Right.
by accident.
Right. Well, that's still most of her health. So you actually take a bit of the cloth that she is draped in as well. Comes back
Okay.
on the jagged edge of your scimitar. And then it will take another opportunity attack as it tries to leave your range, Volk.
Okay, I will attack with +5 to hit.
Is it still visible or invisible?
That's a 7. That's probably not gonna hit.
No. Volk has 15-foot range.
Yeah, but didn't
that's
you say
fine.
something
I am
like they are
15
not
foot range.
visible when they are underwater?
No, they are invisible, so it would be a disadvantage. You're right.
No, not even,
Well,
because
I already rolled a 2, so
you can only opportunity attack if you can see the target.
True.
So
Well,
Volk
I
wouldn't
missed
be able to make
anyways.
an opportunity attack because he wouldn't see that person leaving, so Volk
This is a
would
really
still-
messy combat.
Yeah,
My
kinda.
apologies.
It's like one of the things about opportunity attacks not many people know. And I only know that because I spent like 3 sessions in a row in one campaign fighting against invisible things that ran around and getting opportunity attack all the time until we realized, oh fuck, we can't do that.
Yeah, so at this point, she's pretty peed off. So she's going to, seeing that Redmond is right up on her, she's going to try this Ray of Enfeeblement one more time.
Nope.
Oh, a 7. Yeah, with that, she's just going to stand there. And she's
Yeah.
going to have to take a round of combat since she spent her action on a spell. Nereid's turn. She's going to attempt to hurt poor little Casimir underwater.
Is he getting his moochie as well?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So Constitution saving throw.
Go Casimir. I believe in you. Fuck.
Yeah, so he takes some damage.
Guess that's what you get when the devil believes in you.
Rory.
Well, I will load a smoldering bolt, take aim, and shoot a fat guy. Cause fuck that
Okay.
guy. 25 to hit.
Yeah, he's dead.
Good.
He's not only dead, he lights on fire, and his corpse falls forward and slams into the back of your feet, Ileena, as he dies.
Oh
Doesn't
no!
even scream.
I missed my target and accidentally killed the fat guy that kidnapped the girl. How unfortunate. And I just start loading the next bolt, and that's my turn.
Volk.
Volk is going to grab at the Night Hag with a plus
All right.
5 to hit.
Go for it.
That's a 12. No,
Unfortunately, no.
not even a 12. No, it is a 12. It is a 12.
The max damage
Why
on
Why
the
can't
sneak.
I roll like shit right now?
She has a
Seriously.
17 AC, sadly.
Our rolls
He
have
also
been
I
quite
have
can't go
unfortunate.
underwater where all of the creatures
I have not rolled. I've rolled really badly. Then the octopus is gonna like. I don't know how to do
Climb up
sound
onto the
design.
boat?
Yep, climb up onto the boat and
Right.
just. Bloop, bloop. No, I'm holding my breath.
Ooh.
That brings us to a
I can
Nereid
hold my
turn.
breath for up to an hour.
This Nereid is going to lift itself up out of the water and attempt to do the blinding acid on you, Red. So water splashes up at you. That does not hit your AC.
No.
So the acid water just flies past you, sizzling in the air, splashes back into the water. Ileena.
Okay, so I'll try and stab again.
Okay.
Everyone bless and all this stuff.
No, yes, bless. Let me just. Okay, perfect. So, yes, it's a natural 19 and a 22.
Yeah. She takes that. She doesn't like it.
Yep, and that's it for my turn.
That brings us to Arabelle. Arabelle is going to free herself of the bag and approach you, Diana, and she will look up at you and she will say, hey, do you have like a dagger or something?
Weaponize the child.
Take take the scimitar, I suppose. Now hand her my offhand scimitar.
She will look at it and she'll say, this is a pretty crappy sword, lady.
Well, we had to fight some slimes. They.
And then she will turn around.
Oh.
She's gonna do something stupid.
God.
Yeah, she's ignoring you. She's dismissed you. She will just say, whatever, not my problem. And she will walk this way and she will try to hit the night hag with the sword. She's just going to throw it.
Oh god. No, what? I simultaneously love and hate this child.
Oh, get fucked!
Yeah, so Ileena, all of a sudden this rusty pitted scimitar just flings past your head and splashes into the water on the other side.
Scimitar. My scimitar.
I look
And
kind
Arabelle
of.
says,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, Arabelle says, you're in the way, lady.
I look back because I
She's
saw the
such a
scimitar.
bitch.
I look at the. First of all, I look at Oh god, what's the character name? Diana. Kind of with a confused look.
She's just
Then I see
like,
the
"My
child."
my scimitar. Had that for years.
My only prized possession. Reminds me of home. Good, it's gone.
Oh no.
Is it like how far? Where'd the scimitar go?
It's somewhere in the water, it's gone.
You can dive in after it. It wouldn't be hard to catch it. It would have to be on the next turn though, because it's a metal object in water.
We're fine, right?
It is your turn, by the way, Redmond.
Yeah, we're fine. I'm gonna grab the. Can I grab the scimitar? Like go down and grab the scimitar.
Yeah, you can dive after it.
I'll dive.
Oh, that's
It's
a
fine,
stupid
you don't-
idea.
You don't actually have to grab.
I
the
can
scimitar.
fetch it later, guys.
need
Don't
to-
worry about it.
We have an
I need to
octopus.
replace-
Octopus.
I need
No
to
man
replace
left
them
behind. This is
anyway.
Redmond's policy.
There is way too
The
many
woman or
people
scimitar.
talking in chat. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Yes, I'll dive in and do it. I mean, we got this going back.
Yeah, go for it. You are next up in the initiative, so you'd be able to immediately grab it. You wouldn't even have to leave the night hags
Oh,
square.
dope. Would it be an action to grab it?
Well, you are jumping off the boat.
Yes.
So that would be movement.
But it's like
I would say if you want to get back in the boat, it would be an action altogether. Otherwise, it would like take up a bonus action.
okay. I'll use bonus action. I'll start treading water because this is light, cool armor.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. And I will raise my sword and then poke it in the head for non-lethal damage.
Yeah. Go for it.
And
16 is not enough to hit, unfortunately.
with bless, a 19.
A 19 is enough to hit.
Heck yeah.
You were hitting the hag, right?
Yes, the heck yeah.
I forgot I had bless, but I don't think that would have helped.
Nah, even with that and the +5, you would
Yeah,
have
so you
maximum had a 16.
So you stab at her from the water,
Mhm.
and she says, "Ow!"
Sorry.
And then it's Diana's turn.
Ow.
You say sorry to the hag.
Instinctively.
So yes, what would you like to do, Diana?
Oh, I was muted, sorry. Seeing
Why
that
is the muted?
they're seeing seeing that they're trying to get Arabelle, I'm going to stand by her and say, "Stay with me. I'll try and keep those creatures off of you."
Like you're trying to stab that thing with a scimitar?
It worked.
I mean, I can't say no to that.
Okay, I'm just gonna ready my action for if one of the water, I forgot the name, water people tries to just comes in melee range at all.
Sure. It's a nereid.
Near it.
Nereid?
Okay.
Nereid.
Water
Actually,
lady.
No, because I'll always get a. I'll ready my action to attack. Because if I ready as my action, it would just.
This way you can hit it when it appears and when it leaves.
Yeah. Oh no,
Thank
it's just
you.
my reaction to do the option to ready the action.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So.
Casimir's turn.
yeah.
Sorry, unless you had anything else.
No, that's it. That's it.
Casimir does not have fairy fire. You know what? He's just gonna go ice storm again. Why not?
Worked last time.
So this time he centers it on himself. We get Dex save. Five again. That is enough to kill this one outright as well.
Yay!
Hey, he rules.
That brings us to the Nereid's turn. This Nereid is going to attempt to get up on the boat again. So, Diana, opportunity attack as this thing emerges.
Hey, nice, nice. 24 to hit for
Yeah.
9 slashing.
Yes, that is enough to kill it.
Woo.
Nice.
So as this thing launches itself up out of the
Yay.
water and attempts to grab Arabelle again, you bring your scimitar through it, and you catch the veil that keeps its form, and it just dissolves into water, and you now have
the
a silken
momentum-
veil.
The momentum carries the water forward, and Arabelle is just soaked.
Yep. Yep. And she sputters and she says, "You did that on purpose."
Yes.
I can't say I did. That might be true.
Good stuff. That brings us to the Night Hag. The Night Hag, seeing that things are going south, is going to look around, and she is going to reach into her bag, and she's going to shimmy around for a bit. Then she pulls out this desiccated heart that's been had rusty nails driven through it, and she says, "Well, I'm out." And she squeezes the heart and then disappears.
Ugh.
Weird.
Damn. That's gross.
That brings us to Rory's turn.
Well, not much I can do. I fly a bit lower, so I just use my bonus action dash to go to like 20 feet above the boat. And just to be safe, I'm gonna drop one of my daggers into the boat if they need it. So there's a normal dagger lying in the boat if Diana wants to use it for offhand.
Yeah, Arabelle looks up and says, Oh, look, we have a demon creature here too. Hello.
Eh.
Mm-hmm.
She saw me before I talked with her. And I have the lantern on my belt, so she should be able to see.
Good point. Yeah, so she'll just look up at you and say, "Thanks, demon lady."
Devil, not demon, it's different.
Who cares?
I care. Fuck you.
Look.
Do I see any bad guys?
You do not. If you would like to make a wisdom perception check, you can attempt to discern the motion in the water of the invisible creatures.
I'm going to telepathically send a message to the elf guy, and say I'm just gonna pull you out of the water. I'm the octopus, by the way, and then like non-damaging try to grapple him and like pull him
Yeah.
up to the boat.
So you do. You see he has acid burns all over him. You want to put him here?
Yep, anywhere on one of the boats is fine.
He has acid burns all over him, and as I described the other day, very heavily scarred elf. His one eye has a bit of a cataract from where it got scratched. He's also missing his ears.
Yep.
And,
Was that?
all of his skin otherwise is tightly wrapped.
Oof.
Was that? You know what? I have a bonus action. As a bonus action, I'm going to expend a spell slot to heal myself because I am in bad shape.
That works.
Expend a first level spell slot. So that's 1d8. Because I'm in pain. I'm not doing well. There. Alright, that's my turn.
All right. This Nereid is going to give one more she's going to take one more attack before disappearing forever. She is targeting Ileena with this
Okay.
as a column of water reaches up.
So I need to make a strength save.
Strength save.
You really don't like me, Spencer, do you?
Nope.
There you go.
11.
wait.
Yeah, so
No, it's 12.
you're hit with 2 bludgeoning,
Unfortunate.
double ones, snake eyes.
Good.
And you are knocked off of the boat.
Just as a dick
Don't
move.
worry, I'll grab you.
It's not really doing anything, it's just to be a dick. Like, haha, you're wet,
Alright,
bye bye.
15 feet in a straight line. Yeah, so you are here now, 5 feet under the water. It's now your turn.
Can I climb on the boat?
You can certainly climb into a boat. If you want to attack this thing, you could also attempt to see it moving in the water.
Well, when I'm on the boat, I'm gonna try and see it.
That works. So let's get a perception check, please. It is invisible, so it will be a high DC. No. No idea.
Okay.
You just see waves.
Okay, then. I'm just gonna sit down in the boat. And that's it. Nothing else.
Arabelle will spend her turn laughing at you for being knocked off the boat. Redmond.
Redmond would like to grab. Everyone's on the boat, right?
Everyone's on the boats right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on the boat.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, that'll be it.
Okay. That brings us to Diana.
I'll just study my action again. If anything continues to come up.
Okay. Well, I think she feels pretty safe right now. So she is going to use her water column of water lash ability again. So this is going to come at she's going to attempt to lash Casimir.
Come on, Casimir, you can do it.
God damn it, lady.
Also fails. So he takes 4 and he is also knocked into the water.
I am still grappling him. I never said I let him go.
Okay, then in that case, since he is held, he gets smashed, and your tentacles sort of bob a bit. But he looks to you and he says, "Thank you."
Hmm.
Then it's Diana's turn. I think. Lost track. Ileena's turn.
I think you skipped a lot there.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
What is
swims
happening?
away.
It's just circling through.
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna swim away at this point. It's the last one. It's all good. Swims away. Combat over.
Heck yeah, gang.
That was so rough.
That was, yeah, I mean,
That-
That
yeah.
looked
So-
very
so-
scary
so-
for some time, and I was very afraid that you do the. She points at the party and does a lightning bolt or something because they would all have died.
Well, she's alone.
Hmm.
They're less scary when they're on their own.
Yeah.
Mm.
I will fly down to the boat and do the gargoyle sit on the edge of the boat again. Because I like that.
We definitely have to deal with those hags at some point.
we really should. Maybe
Volk,
after.
like,
Once we're done in Valaki,
you're gonna
we
fall
will...
back into the water.
Shloop.
You need to breathe.
I'm gonna take my dagger back.
Yeah, Casimir will look at the rest of you and he will say, "Thank you so much for helping with this. I don't know if I could have taken them all myself."
You did pretty good there. No worries.
And it would have been harder without you as well.
We would have gotten fucked without him.
Probably.
I look at the little girl. Like,
I don't know how an octopus does a thumbs up, but the octopus does a thumbs up.
you can just try to form an arm with all
Nice.
the tentacles. I feel like you could.
Yeah, enough.
True.
I look at the little
Yeah,
girl and like, so you're Arabella?
it's Arabelle. Thank you very
Arabelle?
much.
Sure.
Arabelle. What
Yeah.
sort of language are you talking?
You are a cunt. Fuck you. I'm gonna go to your father and tell him that we found you.
You wouldn't be the first one.
Why do you always run up?
Oh, because the camp is boring.
Next time I'm gonna just throw you into the water. It's funny. And
My
just
father makes me be watched by stupid Alexi, and he just makes me sit around, and I have to read these stupid books and look at these stupid cards and all these stupid things. Not want to do any of it.
Alexi is pretty
I just
stupid,
wanna
by the
meet
way.
people and have fun.
Well,
He's
what do you
pretty stupid.
do? What do you do when you're outside of town?
Well, I hunt the game. I harass travelers. I pretend to be a vampire, and I scare people on the road.
You know what? I take back what I said about you. I
I
like
go
you.
swimming every once in a while.
She's the most endearing little shit.
You know what? I like you. You're a good little shit.
What?
I'm gonna go off and tell your father that you will be back. You're getting a shitload of money
Oh,
for
no, you
that.
need to take me back. My father will be very mad.
Nah. Okay, so here's the story
I'll
we're gonna
start
go with.
doing this
Okay?
back.
Story time. So that boatman kidnapped you. You
Yes,
just
and I'll
wanted to
get
be
over
outside
that.
of the camp for a little bit and then go back. And he kidnapped you and everything's gonna be fine, okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
He
Sounds
was
easy?
saying stuff to this weird fairy creature, this old lady, the hag, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
She, if you want to go with that, we can say that she, like, bewitched you or whatever.
We're getting our story straight. Yes.
Yeah.
The hag bewitched me.
Heck bewitched you and made you do it because otherwise you wouldn't have done it again. Because you learned your lesson from last time.
Because I am such a good girl.
You are a very good girl.
What if we were to tell your father that if he gave you a bit more freedom within the camp, he wouldn't run up as much?
Oh, you are welcome to try. Believe me.
You know what?
My father is a real hard ass.
I will take the dagger that I picked up, that I threw down before, and just hand it to her. Yeah, for you.
Oh, thank you.
For
And it
future use.
immediately disappears inside of her outfit.
Yeah, and I give her the kind of smirk that's like, I like you. You're an evil person. I like that. And then I
She's not evil.
just launch off the boat and start flying back to shore to let them know.
So cool.
Yeah.
How come none of the
No.
rest of you can do anything cool like fly?
Octopus.
The octopus waggles its tentacles.
We are normal.
just
and
became
she
a
is
gross
a
snot
freak of
monster.
nature.
I'm
Aw.
not a snot monster. What are you talking about? I'm an octopus. Very different.
You should turn it to something cool to
She
show her.
suddenly hears in her head.
Yeah, she's very grossed out by that. She's ugh, the weird snot monsters in my head.
I'm an octopus. Shush. I'm not a snot monster. The octopus are the coolest creatures in the world. What are you talking about?
They are not flying cats.
They're not flying
We'll
cats.
fly a cat eventually. Shush.
Meanwhile, Casimir will smile at Arabelle fondly, and then he will summon his familiar, and the pseudo dragon pops into existence on his palm, and he will pet it, and it will climb up
Hello
onto his shoulder
there.
and just hang out.
Just show.
Good boy.
Ooh, I like you.
So we start going back to the encampment then, I guess.
Yeah, you can head back to the
Um,
encampment. Along the way, Casimir will inform you that the hags have been here for centuries. They do stuff like this every now and then. You know how hags are. All of their aims are evil.
Volk the octopus nods sagely, and then drops the wild shape and becomes a human again.
We have plans to deal with them in the future.
Well, I would certainly like to help that, but I'm afraid I'm headed to the Ember Temple once we get back. I have things to do.
Of course, and once we have found, we're looking for some bones of a saint. Once we found those, we would be glad to assist you on that journey.
Very well. I will wait a few days. Just like this boat. Yes. So at this point, you get the boats back to shore without hassle. You can return to the Vistani encampment. And Luvash, as soon as he sees the boats come up, he's like, "Were you successful? Did you find her?" And then Arabelle steps out from amongst you, and she goes, "Hi, Daddy." And he says, "Arabelle, you little asshole, get over here." And he gives her a big hug, and then he says, you will be grounded for 3 weeks for this. You won't be let outside. You will be in your tent. We will put 3 guards on you. Whatever happened to you anyway?"
I'm gonna tell him the nice story of, oh yeah, there was a hack. It bewitched her, so it wasn't really her fault. And then the boatman kidnapped her. Let's just say I took care of him. He will sleep with the
Wait.
fishes he so loves.
Good.
Oh, and we found your elf friend. He was in the water since apparently he was also on this trail.
Casimir nods, and Luvash embraces him, and he says, "Thank you very much, Casimir." And Casimir will sagely nod and say, "Hey, I have business to attend to." Then he will withdraw. And Luvash will look to the rest of you and say, "And I promised you a reward, did I not?"
Oh yeah, one of the nice chests in your wagon. Or the carpet, I think.
Do we want to do anything else here, or do we want to go straight to the carts?
Reward?
Straight to the carts.
Let's
Mm.
get
Yeah.
some
Idea. I
fun
will
stuff.
I will ask the party for if I am allowed to do this first, because this might cost us our loot. I would like to gamble with Luvash.
No.
Like double or nothing. Like we get
No.
double the reward.
No.
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 Sad.
No.
Sad. I have weighted dice. And I'm good at cheating.
No, that's evil.
They also cheat.
Wow, just because they have a stat.
But if like all of the party is like no, then I won't.
Yeah. So Luvash will hand Arabelle off to guards. And she will say, "Thanks anyway." And then Luvash will bring you to the carts, and he will say, "As I said, this is the game. You pick one item from this cart, and you are welcome to have it. Anything within as well, but you are not allowed to touch it.
Can I?
And it's just a bunch of chests inside.
And like one of them was like
Yes.
cup and stuff. Could I?
Two
Like-
iron padlocks secure the door of this barrel-topped wagon. You see there is a wooden chest, an iron chest, an onyx jewelry box, a wooden throne, a rolled-up 10-foot rug, and a small wooden box.
Could you put those in chat?
Yes.
Could I do like an insight or perception or something to get like an idea of what of that might hold something good? I feel like with the Vistani, the shitty chests will have the good shit.
Yeah.
I spelled all of that wrong.
Doesn't matter. English is hard.
No, Onyx was spelled right.
Onyx is right, yeah. The Onyx Jewelry Book. I like that. Sounds more fancy.
Yes. So, Luvash,
I- Surreptitiously cast Detect Magic.
as soon as you do that, he snaps his finger and says, "Ah! I said no cheating.
It's not cheating.
You're
It is
not to look
cheating.
inside the boxes, even with magic."
But yeah,
I
can
stopped
I?
casting.
I guess maybe get an insight on him, like which of these would have the good shit in it.
You can ask.
So, if you had to choose, which one would you take, Luvash?
If I had to choose, I would kill me and take them all.
Oh, that's a good idea, and you just jokingly reach for my dagger.
But
No.
there are 30 of us, and you look like you have had the crap kicked out of you.
I mean, the others a bit. I mean, I can just fly away if I wanted to. Also, what is a bit of loot if you can have great company like you?
This is true. You're welcome to stay the night and party with us if you would like. We're going to celebrate Arabelle's return.
I look at the others and like, I feel like they might need some rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it wouldn't be restful?
I want a full night's. I want a night's sleep in a
Proper bed.
proper bed.
Or huddled as a cat on Rory, I guess.
A proper bed would be nice. I cannot
Mm.
cat right now.
So we have a wooden chest, an iron chest, an onyx jewelry box, a wooden throne, a rug, and a wooden box.
Yes, the rug is red with a motif of a silver unicorn on it.
Nice.
No, unicorn.
I'd say either the box or the chest.
So-
Personally.
Luvash, here's what I'm thinking. The rug is
I'm
kind of
gonna
boring
grab the
because
chest.
we can already see it, right? And where's the fun in that?
This is a very good point, although we could have put something inside.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
And now-
That could be a scepter, maybe.
Hmm.
The
True. But now look at the jewelry box. That's like the way too obvious thing. It looks way too valuable, right? And you're a cunning man.
Generally, I think so,
But
yes.
it could be reverse psychology.
It could be.
I could be thinking that you would think that I am a cunning man, and I could act like a stupid man to offset your thinking that I am thinking.
But if I'm thinking that you're thinking that I'm thinking that what is what you are doing,
But if
then
you know that I know that you know that I would have switched, that you would have switched the goblets, then obviously the poison is in your goblet.
But here's the tea. You usually deal with the guards, and the guards are pretty fucking stupid.
True.
This is true. They come here and get drunk.
Lose all their money
Usually take their money,
in card
yes.
games and dice games. Because they're bad
They
at
are
them.
card games, obviously.
Yeah.
How big is the wooden box?
The wooden box is like a foot by 2 foot, maybe foot tall.
2 foot by 2 foot and a foot tall.
Yeah.
And how big's
If
the
you
iron
could
chest?
imagine like if you could imagine like an old timey crate that milk cartons would come in,
Okay,
Oh.
yeah.
it's about the size of this wooden crate. The iron and wooden chests are about footlocker size, so maybe 4 cubic feet inside, 3-4 cubic feet
Okay.
inside.
So, I'm guessing someone is rolling for which chest to take.
I think we should either take the iron chest or the. Part of me wants to bet on the rug having something hidden in it, honestly. But
That's
I don't know.
so the rug looks kind of fancy. Like, does it look like it's worth stuff?
It does look like a
I
very
say the
valuable
iron
rug,
chest
but
or
it's
the wood.
very old.
Ah,
I say one of the chests.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Redmond doesn't gamble, so he's kind of away from this conversation.
How valuable does this Onyx jewelry box look? Like the box alone without potentially stuff in it?
Well, I would say you wouldn't have to roll for it because you are just a very smart person when it comes to this sort of thing, as you worked as a fence. You'd guess between 250 and 300 gold would be the chest.
Oh,
Yeah, I would tell the people, like, the chest alone, even if it has nothing in it, is like a solid amount, like a couple hundred gold. The rug, bit old.
Are we gonna find? Would we be able to find somebody who would actually want to buy it, though? I doubt.
Jewelry chest, usually, yeah. Maybe not in
I'll sell
that
it to the
town,
burgomaster.
there should be people that would be interested in that.
I hate what you're doing to us, Livash.
I like it.
I enjoy it. It's
So-
fun to see my friends gamble together.
Not together. Standing visibly away. I'm not into this.
So, does anyone have any strong feelings? Because if not, we can just roll between the things that we
Well,
would choose.
Wait a second. Did Spencer say how big the iron crate is?
Yeah, it's about
The
the
crate-
size of a footlocker.
Yeah, about the size of a footlocker. So you got maybe 3 cubic feet inside of the iron chest and the wooden box. The onyx jewelry box is, it's roughly palm-sized. The rolled-up rug is 10 feet by 10 feet when it's all unfurled, and it's dusty and old, but it's got like silver thread in it. And then of course there's the wooden throne,
I'd
which is covered in
say
bits of gold and stones.
I'd say let's roll between everything but the throne.
Why not the throne? The
Okay.
throne seems like it has a shitload of gems in it, but I guess it's the throne, so it's big.
How much do
Yeah.
you think the throne is worth?
You would guess, Rory, that the throne would be roughly 750 gold.
Ooh,
I mean,
That's a lot.
We're going to be on horses soon, so keep that in
It's
mind.
true.
I hate this.
so
I hate this and love it. Like,
we can go with the box, hope there's something in it, and we would have a couple hundred gold easily. We could take the jewels out of the throne, or try to take the throne as a whole and sell it, and that's like almost 1,000 gold. We could go for the chest because
How
that's
long
more
was the boat ride
exciting.
back?
It was about half hour out, about half hour back. So it's been maybe 2 hours. So we're approaching midnight.
Hmm. But I know, Luvash, we're friends, right? So you wouldn't just put
We
an
are
empty...
friends.
You wouldn't put empty chests there, so that because that would be boring, right?
No, I told you, every item here
Is
is
valuable.
valuable.
So,
it's that. Oh,
and just look at the party.
that-
I would go for a chest because that's more exciting.
I think the chest is more exciting. Yes.
A surprise is more fun.
So,
Are we rolling a d6 or are we taking a chest?
so I would say we take one of the chests. So, wooden chest, iron chest, or wooden box. Do we want to put the jewelry box in there as well? To go for one of the 4?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go one
you
of
know
the
what? Roll a d4. Iron chest, jewelry
All
box.
right.
Yeah,
D4.
I will. There we go. Okay, wooden box
So,
it is.
the last one,
Yeah,
wooden
Rory is
box.
gonna get out
Hey,
one of her
Let's go
daggers,
with wooden
fling it in the
box.
air a bit, and catch it, and then just throw it so that it sticks into the little wooden box. We'll take this one.
Maybe
Yeah, you
into
hear
the
a
ground
clinking
right
of
next
glass
to them.
within.
Hmm?
You hear the clinking of glass within.
Ooh,
Hmm.
potions,
Mm.
maybe.
So, I'll walk over and
That's
open
our choice.
the box.
It has to be unlocked
Yeah,
first because it's like
so
chained down. or
you,
something.
it is just shows
Oh, okay.
with a latch. You're able to pop it open.
And
Inside,
You're kind of glitching a bit.
Yep, you're
you
like
sizes and makes. Oh no!
You can,
Within
You're back now.
the wooden box, there are 12 magic potions of various types and makes.
ooh,
They are unlabeled though.
We got an exciting one.
I have herbalism.
Yeah. You do.
Which means that I can more easily identify things like potions.
So there are 12 unlabeled potions within various makes and types, which would have to be either just drunk to find out, or you can have Volk check them out.
You wouldn't be
I
able
will
to tell us
check them out.
what these are, Lubash, would you?
I have no idea.
It's more
We
interesting
got
if you
it
don't
in a-
know.
We got it in a trade.
I can give it a go. Just give
An
me
old
a...
wizard came through about a year ago. Sold a bunch of stuff.
Mordenkainen?
No, I don't know what he was called. He had goofy eyebrows. He was bald. Which fits the description of Mordenkainen you're aware of.
We got an exciting
I can
one.
give
I'm
it a
happy. Luvash, I got a present for you.
Oh,
And I
a
get
present for
one
me.
of the fancy bottles of wine that I got from the Wachter estate. Like, not one of the fancy gold bottle ones, but...
Champagne de la Stomp.
Yes.
This is powerful stuff. They
How-
say when you drink this, you briefly become immune to the fear of Barovia, the misery.
Or you just get shit out
nice.
drunk, which is basically the same.
That too.
So I just happen to have another bottle, so how about you and I? I would have a
Want to
third
drink
bottle for...
tonight, then?
I mean, I would like to stay, party.
Save
I would have a
wanna
third
go
bottle
back
for
to the-
Arigel as well. If he's interested in joining.
Would anyone else like to?
I have 9
Stay.
bottles.
I mean,
And whoever joins will get a bottle, and that bottle at the end of the day will be empty.
I won't drink, but I'm down to just, enjoy company.
Red gets a glass of milk.
Yes.
Water would be fine for me.
so
I
you
will
very
stay
quickly...
as long as I can take a bit of a rest.
Yes. So part of staying would be taking a long rest here.
Mm.
Yeah. As you party with the Vistani, you discover that Champagne de la Stomp. It grants the effects of a hero's feast. if it
Ooh.
is drunk. So
Not bad.
up to 6 people can drink from the wine bottle of Champagne de la Stomp, and it imbues them with the effects of a hero's feast.
So I
Or,
guess...
there are 6 portions of hero's feast inside there, essentially.
Okay, so in theory you have 5 party members and the Vistani dude. But if Red doesn't want to drink, I guess the other portion goes to the brother of the Vistani dude.
Yeah.
So Luvash and Arigel. And then
How
the
many
other
of these
4,
bottles
if they
do we
want to
have?
drink.
We have one.
We had 3.
3, so we have 2 left. Nice.
Huh? What?
And I'll
Yeah.
spend some
What happens
time,
with... What is with 3? It was not the gold foiled one, it was the normal fancy ones that I wanted to give.
Oh, in that case, disregard everything I just said.
Like, I have the gold foiled bottles from 6-7 to BR, and then the fancy bottles of wine.
The Champagne de la Stomp.
I guess
Yeah.
for this one we can get one of those. Especially since you already said what it
figured
is.
out, now that you know what they do.
So, what does Hero's Feast do again? It gives like shitload of temp HP, right?
Yeah,
I'll give you 2d10 temp HP. You're immune to poison and frighten. You're cured of all diseases and poisons that you currently have.
Then I'm just gonna...
Make all wisdom saves with advantage, and your hit point maximum increases by 2d10.
Jesus.
Gain those hit points. So
Those things are fucking strong then. Because damn, that is
Yeah.
normally a level 6 spell and I have 3 of those. So yeah. I've added that to my things, and I'm guessing this one will just give 13 temp HP. Or if you
So
want,
we
everyone
go
can
up
roll, I
to
guess.
max HP because we sleep.
yeah, and that benefit
You
lasts.
level up?
Hit
24
point
hours.
maximum
you
increases,
level up?
and we level up 2d10.
Mhm.
So my max HP goes up by 8 plus whatever I get with my level up.
What do I get at level up? Oh, I get spells.
Level 5. What do I get? I don't see anything. Probably just
Your attack.
It lasts for 24 hours, so it's not like temp HP, it's actually bonus HP. Need plus 13.
like
Okay,
8.
so my max HP is 38.
So with that I'm currently at 46
Here.
HP. Wow. And I get uncanny dodge.
Alright. My wisdom mod does not go up, but my level does, so my temp HP goes up.
Okay.
I get half my hit dice back. Does that happen before or after I level up? Because that affects how many I get.
This would take place in the morning. You won't have combat during the night. The Vistani are lots of fun. There's lots of drinking, dancing, singing. They will gamble with you if you so choose.
Ooh, I get to prepare one more spell. Exciting.
I am up to 30 passive perception.
Yes.
Juicy.
Since Redmond is not going to be partaking in any of the alcohol, I would like you to make a wisdom perception check
Oh, yes.
through the partying to see if you notice something.
Yes, I'm in the middle of a level up. I'll just cancel
You can
this.
learn third level
Sorry.
spells? Sorry.
There's no rush.
I'm going to use my inspiration for this one.
Go for it.
Perception, yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, so you notice something odd during the night. You can ask your armor if it's your armor. The armor is confident that it is not the one causing it. The shadows of the Vistani aren't behaving quite as you would expect. Not all of them. It's not all of the time. But you will see occasionally, you'll catch somebody, they'll be taking a drink at a table, but their shadow will be playing cards. Or you'll see somebody rolling dice, but their shadow will be playing a musical instrument.
Divine Sense?
You can do a divine sense.
Yeah.
You don't sense anything particularly bad in the vicinity.
I would...
Not of the types that divine sense would pick up on anyway.
Of course. I would, of course, bring this up with Luvash, because communication is key. Luvash.
Communication is key.
Yes. Luvash.
Yes.
Um,
Hey, Redmond. Enjoying the
yes.
party.
I'm having a wonderful time. Thank you for your hospitality. I just wanted to bring up something for you, if you have a second to step aside.
Yes, what is it?
The shadows. Does he kind of look at me like he knows what I mean? Like, is there a look of recognition there?
He raises his eyebrow and he says, "Whatever do you mean?" You can roll an insight check if you'd like.
I would like that, yeah. I like 13.
Yeah, hard to read this man.
Yeah.
You can't tell. He just raises his eyebrow and he asks, "Whatever do you mean?"
Shadows. Like, I saw earlier who was drinking, and his shadow was playing cards. Same with dice rolling.
Are you sure?
I look at him, red eyes, directly into his soul, and I say, I am sure. I know what I saw, Luvash.
And I am sure the fire is playing tricks, my friend.
I look at him and say, I understand that maybe there's something going on here and you don't wish to share, but for the safety of my companions, I do have an obligation to follow this up as much as possible. I look at him again straight in the eyes and say, Luvash, please could you tell me what's going on with the shadows and what's happening with the stun here? We are friends and we are here to help. Always.
You know, there is something about you that I did not notice mere 60 seconds ago.
Thank you.
I will let you in on a secret. That gift that our Dark Lord gave to us to freely walk between the realms, it comes with some side effects.
Yes.
One of which is our souls aren't quite connected to our bodies, and sometimes the shadows reflect this.
Oh, I see. Is it painful at all, or is it bad at all?
Oh, it's not too bad, no. That's the way I've lived all my life.
Yes, and never run into any issues?
No,
Oh.
not as far as I know.
I wish I knew that before. I thought it was something sinister. Thank you so much for sharing, Lubash. This is wonderful.
Well, it's a bit of a dark stain on our past, you know. They say it is the remnant of the devil's influence over us.
I suppose, but you don't really have any control over that, you know. I don't think you're bad people.
No. It is each Vistani's individual choice, whether they side with our Dark Lord or not. He is our Lord regardless, but we don't have to agree with what he does.
I agree, and I don't think anyone should be judged on how they are born or the culture they are born into. The choice is to worship the Dark Lord, so maybe that's something else, but this is fine in my eyes. Thank you very much for sharing this with me.
Oh no, you're roboting out. I don't know if it's me or you. Oh,
Is it
you're
me?
back.
It was clear, like
There
both
you
of
go.
you are
I
clear
don't
for
know,
me.
It might be me.
Oh, geez.
My internet's been a bit crummy.
Yeah.
I got the gist of it.
Yeah, basically just of it. Like, you're cool, just, people who worship Strahd's a bit weird, but thanks for sharing, bruh.
Bruh.
Yeah. He will slap a hand on your plated shoulder and he will say, I like you, Redmond. And then he will look past you for a minute and then he will give you a smile. I like you a lot.
Oh!
Does he do anything else, or?
He reaches for your crotch.
Hello? No.
No,
Oh,
no,
he
no.
just he pats a hand on your shoulder. I'm sorry, it's skipping a bit, so I want to make sure that I get this across.
Okay.
He puts a hand on your shoulder, and he says, "I like you, Redmond." And then he looks just past your head, as if he's looking at something behind you. He says, "I like you a lot."
Can I see the thing behind him?
Behind you.
Behind
can
me,
have a look
sorry.
if you'd
behind
like.
me. Yeah, I'll take a look.
Yeah. This time, I would like you to roll a wisdom perception check.
Damn it, I wish I'd saved my thing for here. Please, I want to see this.
If only you had this, at
Oh
least.
no!
I really wanted to see this. I wish there was something.
So Rory, do you have a reason that you're overlooking this conversation?
To be fair, I feel like during the evening, I would be at two spaces. One of them would be next to Luvash most of the time, and then later on, when I get a bit more drunk, next to Volk the whole time. So depending on how late this happens,
This is probably early on, I imagine.
then I would most likely be next to Luvash, just drinking.
Yeah, so what you noticed Luvash looked at, you probably overheard this conversation as well. Redmond's shadow is not doing what Redmond is doing.
Uh-oh.
Redmond's shadow has its hand on Luvash's shadow's shoulder and is laughing.
Oh yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's funny how the Vistani are like a lot are here, but I have heard from a lot of Vistani that are like spread all across the worlds. Like I've even heard of some Vistani like where I live, where Red lives.
We can go between all of the planes. It's our gift.
Yeah. And I just give Red a smile that he will most likely not understand.
I don't understand, but this has been wonderful. I'll start chuckling, and then I put a hand on Luvash's shoulder. Well, I'll go back to enjoying my water now.
Yeah.
Wonderful dancing, by the way.
I lift my wine glass and just cheers.
Thank you. And indeed, there's much dancing to go around. Probably 3 in the morning. You guys are coming in and out of sleep. You don't necessarily have to sleep the whole night, but anybody that's awake, right before the sun comes up, Arabelle comes out, and she is sat at a wide table, and she sits down and she says, "Yes, nobody, stop crowding me. It's nothing special. It's nothing special. I'll do the stupid reading." she sits down, and the Vistani lay in front of her a tarot deck. She says, "You guys make me do this every single night. It's so stupid." And then she begrudgingly begins playing a betting game with the Vistani. You can see her protests are not. It doesn't take a lot of insight to see that her protests aren't particularly sincere. But she uses the cards, and she has the Vistani that sits across from her pull a card, and she will guess what the card is. And they will do this a number of times, and they will bet while this is going on. Each successive one, she guesses, and at the end, if the person across from her manages to win 3 out of 5, they get the money back plus at a payout of 2 to 1 from the house, which is Luvash. If Arabelle guesses all 3, the house wins, and they take all of that.
Wonderful.
I have an idea what this is.
Yeah.
She like.
And you can see Arabelle has a lot of fun with it. If you want to roll an insight check, you can see how sincere she is being, but she seems to win more often than not. It's almost like she wins at the last
Finally.
moment. Yeah. She knows every time exactly what card is pulled. And she just likes giving people a false sense of hope.
Can I notice like anything that is off on from the cards? Like, is she using some kind of mind reading magic, or is she just like cheating with like having marked cards or something?
As far as you can tell based on your insight roll, she is just looking at them.
Can I do a perception roll for the cards?
Yeah.
I'll do that. Come on. I never roll over a 10 with perception. I don't know why.
They're normal Taroko deck cards, as far as you can tell. They have the velvet black back, the silver printing on them, and they have the black and white painted face on the other side. On the back side, they're all identical.
Arabelle, question. How do you play this game? Do we have to look at the cards that we pull or not?
Well, you do.
I-
Don't show me. That ruins the fun.
I do have to look at the card.
Yes, you look at the card. You ask me what your card is. I tell you. And then you decide whether you want to bet for the next round.
Question. If I pull a card, can I act as if I look at the card without actually looking at the card?
You could.
I would like to do that.
All right. Let's add Taroko deck table. Boom.
So I have no clue what cards are in the Taroko deck. But the thing I would do is I would pull a card, act like I look at the card without actually looking at the card, so that I myself do not know which card it is, and then think of a random card in the deck. Like I draw a card, act as if I'm looking at it, and just think, oh, I got the Fool, for example.
Okay. So you can do this. And she will look at you for a long moment. And she will smile and she will say, "The ventriloquist."
Lay the card on the table.
It is indeed the wizard.
I give her a smirk.
Sighs. Says, "Darn it." Also, it would have been a 1 gold buy-in.
Oh yeah, sure. I would have. So I guess that's the first one.
You're 1 up. You want to bet again?
I mean, that's the game, right? It would be boring otherwise. So I bet another gold. Draw a card, act like I'm looking at it. And this time I'm thinking of the death, or whatever the card is called. I guess I can draw the card already. I think you can just pull it here. Yeah.
Yeah. So she flexes her eye at you. And she says, "Philanthropist."
Lay the card on the thing. Like, ah.
Bet again? Do you want to hold? Want to?
I'm still trying to figure out how you do it, because it doesn't seem like it's marked cards. Am I allowed to lay the card face down on the table after I look at it?
You don't even have to look at it if you don't want to. More fun for me.
Sure. I will pull a random card out of the deck, not the top one, if I'm allowed to. Just lay it face
You
first.
should be able to.
Lay it face first on the table.
Shuffle.
Yeah, shuffle, take a random card out of the middle. Lay it face down on the table, put my hand on it. Just smile at her.
Yeah, so she smiles back. And then you see something different this time. There's something in her eyes. A sparkle, perhaps. Something changes. It's almost like her eyes go a bit hazy. Then she says, "The donjon."
Is it a donjon? Wait, what is this?
No. You win again!
I would have had a donjon. But I guess you pull one as well. You have some interesting abilities. But it seems like you're either still toying with me or slightly off.
Want to bet and find out?
I'm like 95% sure if I go for another round I will lose.
Up to you to find out.
Let's go for something special if you're okay with it. I will get out a piece of paper. I'm gonna
intrigued.
I'm gonna write down something on it. You tell me what I wrote down.
That's not part of the game.
If I draw a picture?
We'll go with it.
Okay, I will get out a piece of paper from a notebook. And I will put the inkwell of nausea on the table. And I will draw the Zenithar symbol, because why not?
All right.
But this one with an eye that seems to stare into your soul in the middle. I fold the piece of paper up.
Looks at you. Yeah. She looks at you for a long time. And then she says, "The spirits are not being kind. You are hard to read."
No, I'm good at this.
I think you drew a pretty woman.
I know a pretty woman that I could have drawn. But she's not here at the moment. Not quite right. I fold up
Look,
the paper.
you win.
I'm still not 100% sure what she's doing. But I think it's like some mind reading thing.
How much? You can make a religion check if you'd like.
A religion check. If you tell me I can do a religion check. Since there's
Now
some
that
kind,
you've seen the trick up close.
I will use my my session advantage for that because I want to know this. 19.
19. Yeah. So you've encountered some priests in your time. Some of them might have even been high enough level casters to do some sort of divination. This would be a kind of divination. But you only saw that shimmer when she was looking at the cards. You did not see that shimmer when she was looking at the back of the paper. Also, she wasn't casting anything. So your best guess with this would be something innate.
You have some interesting abilities. I feel like you will have a bright, powerful future ahead of you if you're grown up.
I see things in the cards. It's the way it works.
I will take the... what did I win? Like 3 gold?
It would have been paid to 2 to 1, so you get 6 gold.
So I paid
3
3.
plus.
Okay, plus 3. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Lovely. Do I have anything that I can give to her? I put my Inkwell of Nausea back in my backpack. Like, oh yeah, don't look at that thing for too long. It's not healthy for you.
It's pretty ugly.
Makes you a bit sick if you look at it. Like, literally. I want to see something cool. Yeah, I go up to her. I pull out my silver mirror. Oh, I think it was steel mirror. My steel mirror. And show her in the mirror. Then I go a bit close to her and show her that I'm not there.
You don't have a reflection.
I don't have a lot of things. And I just...
But you have wings?
I do have wings. Flap them a bit.
Could
And
that
then
grow?
I also look
Could
back
you
at
please be able to grow
where my
wings?
shadow would be.
You don't have a shadow either.
I have a lot, like I said, I have a lot of things and I don't have a lot of other things. Just give her a smile. Showing my pointy fangs a bit. You like teasing people with being a vampire. I like you. I like to do that as well.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's great fun. It's quite
Get that
effective
rash
if you
from
have a lot
scared.
of features from vampire.
When a pale girl covered in mud stands up from the side of the road and says, "I want to suck your blood," people get very afraid.
Ah, that's so direct. I like to be more subtle. You know? Like, just insist that people invite you into their home. Then just give them a little smile showing the pointy fangs. It's great
Very
fun.
clever. I'll have to start doing that.
Yeah. You could get like... Ooh. Get like... nail clippings and like put them on your teeth to make them look pointy.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness,
gross.
you both are like
It's worth for the
match
joke.
made in heaven.
I could see about getting fake teeth made though.
Ah, that should
To
be
have many
doable.
jeweler smiths in this camp.
Yeah, maybe from something less disgusting than fingernail clippings. Some animal bones or
Ivory.
something. Ivory. Oh, that would be nice. Yeah. I don't think I have anything like that in my possession, otherwise I would give it to her.
So I think at this point, Arabelle will stick next to you for the rest of the evening.
Hmm.
Stick close to you as she can.
I will just occasionally hand her like a cup of wine or whatever. If she's
Yeah,
not
she drinks
already
heavily.
drinking.
Yeah, she drinks heavily.
Yeah. Does it seem like she would normally not be allowed to drink?
No,
Okay, I thought
she's
so.
Vistani. You see all the children in here are drinking as well.
Oh, okay.
Slightly less, the parents are watching them. But yeah, the Vistani don't have age limits for drinking.
Yeah, I will just drink with her, like live long and drink deep.
Yeah. She would agree. The potions. There we go. So let's see here. I wish there was a table for this.
Oh, no random potion table? Sadness.
Nope. Um. See, I'm just gonna make one real quick. Notes. Oh, screw you. That didn't help at all.
Mm-mm.
Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I found a homebrew potion table that
I
has
think
like...
you said there
so-
were 12 of
Yeah.
Okay, so you can roll a D100 12 times, and I will tell you what they are.
That's a lot of
There's
D100s.
5 D100s. There's another 5 and another 2.
Well, the 5 is good. I'm going to take each number individually.
Well, you said
So,
12. You said roll 12 D100, so I rolled 12.
oh right. Why did I say 5? I'm so off my game.
No,
today,
you did-
guys.
you
I'm
did
so
say
So
12.
sorry.
you said 12, and then I said, okay, I can roll a max of 5 at a time. So I'm gonna do 5 and then 5 and then
Oh,
another
okay.
2.
Okay, I got you.
Interesting.
Okay. So that 36 is a potion of clairvoyance.
Ooh. Those are some good potions if that's the first one.
I'm gonna say it now. We
Anyone
should
else?
probably sell some of these to silver some weapons.
Yes. That's a totally great idea.
I don't want to take another break to put this list out, but I also don't want to just dictate them to you.
You can put them after the session, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's
Good.
better.
Yeah,
You
because we're
can
not
just you can just tell us.
Yeah.
what they are, it's fine.
I mean, we are somewhat close to the end, most likely, anyway, right?
gonna. Yeah.
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 Mhm.
I really have to go to the bathroom as well. I'm so sorry. This session was such a whirlwind of unexpected events.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
Yes.
not
no,
prepared at all.
that was our fault because we were saying like the whole time we're gonna find the bones, and then we just changed plans at the last minute. So that's
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
not your fault.
That 56 is a potion of invulnerability.
Ooh.
Oh damn. Yeah, I think honestly, I think we should just sell that one.
Nah, I don't think we will get the money's worth. And we
Um.
don't need it, to be fair.
The 12 is an oil of slipperiness.
Is someone writing these down?
Writing them down.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
you're
good.
writing down, okay.
The 9 is an elixir of health,
Nice.
which is a rare potion. We've got
This was a good choice.
21, oil of etherealness.
That's good.
That's really good.
All of these are amazing so far. I'm sad we
think
didn't
we
get
can-
one really high, like in
44 is
95.
a potion of climbing.
That we,
This
we
is
can
just an
sell.
alphabetical list, so they're going to be all over the place. A potion of fire breath.
Ooh.
Cool, but
I would love to have played
To be
that.
honest, the climbing one is we can sell it.
yeah, I think we should sell invulnerability just because that I
Will
think
bring
we'd
us a
get
lot of
more,
money.
Yeah, I think we'd get the money we'd get would be more value than just drinking the potion once because we can up silver weapons which will last us a while. Well, until we get better weapons. So
Filter of love is next.
Mhm.
we're selling
What?
that because anyone who uses that is just
Filter
immediately
of
evil.
love.
Filter of love.
Yes.
We're not letting Rory get her hands on that.
Like this, by the way.
Oh, that's how you spelled it. Okay.
Potion of hill giant strength. Potion of water breathing.
Hill giants?
Hill giant. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
that's
That
also
one
I
might-
think.
Rin-
To be fair, I don't
water
need that
breathing.
potion because I already have my sweetheart.
Yeah, but your spikes drink make them fall in love with the first person they see.
I feel like it's something I would do to Red just to be funny.
I would fight you so hard.
You wouldn't
Next one
notice.
is a poison. A poison called pale tincture.
Mine. I need that actually.
Wait, that may be.
The last one?
I think there's one more.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I've got
7.
5 on the first. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there should be
I
one
lost count. I also, halfway through, I stopped trying to do the math. Because I had a list of 33 of them. So I was going to do every 3 numbers was going to be a different potion. But yeah, there you go.
more. I need one more.
Oh wait, it's just
One
like
more.
one of those long-term potion effects, not like super potent potion. Because I still need a very strong potion, very strong poison. For if we have to take care of Isaac, not Isaac.
Potion of flying is the last one.
The version of flying is pretty good.
Ha!
Oh, flying! I heard lying.
Why?
That would be pretty good though.
I'm like, What in the world is a potion of lying?
I didn't
It's
have
a
it
weaker
prepped.
version of Potion of Truth.
In the campaign document, those are fake potions. They're just colored water. But I didn't
That
want to give you
that would
colored
suck.
water.
That would
Oh,
suck,
so-
yeah.
Thank you, Spencer.
Thank you, Spencer. What did we miss out on? Maybe we won't
I'm not
know
gonna
that,
answer you.
'cause
Yeah.
we might come back.
You could always rob the encampment.
Nah, I'm homies with this dude. I rob people, but if they're my homies, I don't. Most of the times.
I think to end it off, if Asura if you're cool with it, I think Casimir is going to visit Diana towards the end of the night.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so whatever you are up to, you will eventually catch sight of Casimir standing near the tent, looking in. He will raise his hand in greeting.
Hello. Nice to meet you again.
It's
You
good to
really
see you
helped.
again as well.
You really helped us out with those water things. I'm still not quite sure what they are.
Terrible creatures. The Fae haunt the dark parts of this land. I wanted to show you something, if you wouldn't mind.
Of course. I'll follow.
So he will lead you out of the tent and down the side of the hill to an area that looks pretty rundown area of elven architecture. And he will pull some branches and vines away and he will say, This was the land I lived in when I was young. This hill was our encampment. You said you saw it in a dream.
I did, yes.
This is all that remains of my people. And he ducks into the cave, the little alcove that just opened up. And within, you can see the Dusk Elf Shrine, now in overhead lands of Barovia. Something like this.
Ominous.
Within, you see there are a number of stone pillars erected, each of which has the symbol of a different god on them. You recognize them as the gods of the Seldarine, both dark and light. As you enter, he motions his hand over all of them and he says, we lived here for millennia, time immemorial, since before the Sundering. We are dying and we are almost gone, but we remember. And he points to one statue toward the end. It is a three-faced woman, and he says that is the Morrigan, also known as the Raven Queen. She is the goddess of memory. We hope that when we are gone, she will hold on to us in the next life. And I seek to do the same. I need to preserve the memory of what is gone and make sure that it continues for the future. Do you understand this need, Diana?
I do. Would you want me to assist you with that?
My sister died. She was stoned by my people because she fell in love with a man, human man named Strahd von Servich. He was a conqueror of this land, his father first, and then he came after. He was killing us, beating us, but she fell in love with him. And despite the fact that he was married, she went to be with him. When she returned home, my people stoned her to death. And for that, he sent Rahadin, and we were wiped off of the face of the earth. I can bring my sister back. In the Ember Temple, there are powers, dark, ancient powers, but they are powers nonetheless. I can preserve the memory of my people long after we are dead, if I bring my sister back.
Uh-oh.
How?
We can continue.
He's telling this guy. How does that work? Surely your sister would. I don't know. Surely your sister would die too eventually.
Eventually, but all of us that remained, we were infertile. We could not make more of us. But if I bring my sister back, if I give her a new life and a new body, surely she would be able to keep us alive, keep us going, bring more of us and have the memories remain. In the Raven Queen's palace, they say she has shards of memories like glass that she keeps in an endless library of shifting shards. I don't want to just be a shard in that library. I want us to walk in that library. I want us to look at these memories and keep them and hold them forever.
I understand, but are you sure that bring her back? You said
Surely.
there were dark magics, ancient powers, and then what about the cost? There's always a cost with resurrection, even when just it's performed by mortals.
I would give anything, Diana. I have lived too long, and I have lived too alone. I would give anything to see my sister again, and to know that whatever it costs me, that there will be more of us.
I understand your goals. I hope that you can see them to fruition, but be sure not to stray down the path of fanaticism. Keep a clear head. Don't let if down that path you're just easy for the fate to manipulate. I feel. Just keep a clear
You're
head.
right. That is why I was hoping you would be with me when I go up to the temple, because you walk in the light of the moon, the dancer's light. You know, the kindness, second chances, a new life, a new birth.
Of course, me and all of my companions will be there to assist you in any way we can.
Oh, don't sign us up for this.
I.
It's
I'm
fine,
signing
sorry.
you up for this. I'm signing you up for this.
Hey, I'm very grateful. Many, many nights I have stayed up. I have heard the cries of all the dead, centuries, and I want absolution. I don't want to just be a shard of glass.
Your shrine is beautiful. I can even now, I can tell that once upon a time it was truly something to behold.
Was he points to cracks in the ceiling that are now filled with dirt. The starlight would come in, and he points out different constellations that would come through the different holes to shine. And he motions to the different ones. The Raven Queen is directly opposite of Shar, who he points out as the dark opposite of the Raven Queen. Shar is the eraser of memories, the obliviator. She is the lord of the Shadow Realm.
Does that have something to do with Shadow Kai? The elf subbase? I know there's like some elf subbase that is like associated with death in that way, I think.
So you would put the lore pieces together at this point. The Dusk Elves, they are the precursor to the Shadowkai, which are the elves that live in the Shadow plane. They are of two allegiances. The good ones serve the Raven Queen. The bad ones serve Shar. An interesting thing about Shar, she, a very long time ago, was involved in the Dawn Cataclysm, which is the war that created the pantheon that we know it. She did that using an entity known as Dendar the Night Serpent, which was an aspect of the serpent that encircled the whole universe. And Dendar was depicted in the stone back in the village of Barovia.
Okay, so just to clarify, so when you say they're like precursors to the Shadowkai, does that mean like when they die they become the Shadowkai, or is
I will
it?
leave that a mystery.
Okay.
Diana would know that there are such things as Shadowkai. Diana would know that the things that Casimir is talking about are the Shadowkai, or are the lords of the Shadowkai.
Okay.
Can't think of a cool way to end that.
I think if we just spend some time, like quiet contemplation at the shrine, and once we're done and the moment's passed, actually, I did want to speak to him about. Would it be? Do you know of any smiths that would be capable of making elven weaponry?
Yes, actually, we have a member, a survivor of our clan, was proficient in crafting moonblades back in the day. We would need some good quality silver, which I imagine you could procure.
I am not too sure. Where would that be found? Just in the markets of Volaki, or?
Perhaps the Vistani are renowned jewelers. I don't know how much silver they have on hand, but if you could bring us enough to make 2 swords, maybe 1,000 gold worth, we would craft you fine blades.
1,000 gold's worth of silver. Oh,
And,
fine quality silver.
Yep.
Okay, I'll see how much you have for these potions.
And because you are my friend, because you are here on the mission from the dancer, and because you will help me keep our race going, the labor will be free. We just need the materials.
That's very kind of you. We've recently come into some potential wealth, so I'll see if I can persuade my party members to help me acquire the materials.
We'll say,
No, I'm not making any promises just yet.
yes, humans can be a little stingy with this sort of thing. Wealth comes and goes. He will tell you... Where is my Dusk Elves? There we go. He will tell you Rogan. Rogan will be the one to speak to.
Rogan, okay.
He isn't here, but he will craft you weapons after the fashion of our people.
Thank you. Well, I suppose the next time I will see you is either when we make our trip to the Ember Temple, or I've somehow acquired 1,000 gold of silver.
I should hope so. I hope I find you well.
You too.
And then he will remain at the shrine, praying.
I'll walk over back to the standing encampment.
All right. With a bit of lore about Dendar the Night Serpent
Yeah,
that might
I like
help
that.
explain things. Dendar was killed by, well, presumably killed by Lathander, god of the dawn and the sun. But Dendar is a titan who is older than time itself. So it's said that he didn't so much die as he went to sleep. And
Yeah.
they
He's
say he has nightmares that you can get trapped within.
You just kill a god and they reform.
So, it is said that Dendar's nightmare can suck people up, and they are havens for evil things that get trapped.
Sandar's Nightmare just an like an allegory for the whole of the Shadowfell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, okay, that felt very clumsy. Everything about today felt clumsy.
You don't
Feedback
have
is
to
welcome.
help so much. It's
Thank you.
good.
Feedback is welcome. Thank you so much for playing. What do we want to do
Okay.
next time? I will ask.
I think do you guys want to decide during the week what potions we'll sell? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
I think.
And then,
Sorry, go ahead.
oh no, I was just say we decide which ones we're gonna sell. Who needs silvered weapons still?
I have a rapier at least. Well,
Uh,
one
I-
of my 2 weapons is silvered.
I probably won't need a silver weapon. I don't do much damage, and I don't intend to do damage. So, if it's expensive, we need to.
Rory still needs one. At least a rapier.
Yeah.
Potentially a parry and dagger as well.
I mean, I generally tend to do most of my damage,
Yeah.
or do most of my attacks as an animal.
And you're getting your magical weapons, magical attacks next level.
And
aren't
I
you?
have, I'm not sure, but I do have magical spells.
Yeah, you have your spells.
But I think what we're definitely going to be doing is coffin guy next.
Yeah,
right?
Coffin Maker,
Yeah.
potentially deal with
Yeah.
Isaac
Her
and the Mayor.
bones. Yes.
I think those are like the
Okay.
three
Yeah,
main
but-
things.
I have a really neat new spell, called Elemental Weapon that I can
That's
Nice.
always
use.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Well,
Yeah.
in game, the next in-game night will be the Festival of the Blazing Sun.
Yeah, so we will have to deal
well,
with stuff.
We'll have when you wake up. Yeah, about 12 hours before the festival.
Shit.
Cool.
Okay, yeah.
We have most people have heroes just for
So-
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will prep stuff within the city limits. So don't leave the city limits.
Yeah. Like,
Good stuff.
Unless you want to.
Before the next session, could we have like prices for all the potions we got? So we
Yeah.
can.
If you look up the rarity, I'm just going to use Xanathar's guide for potion pricing or magic item pricing for rarity.
Okay.
So I think it's rare items are 1,000, very rare is like 1,500, and then common items are going to be 300.
I noticed that we have not added them to the party loot yet, so I will do that.
Wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna head off for now, gang. Thank you very much for the session. It was a wonderful time.
That was great. See you.
See you next
That was a
week.
good session.
I feel like I did some things well. I feel like I didn't do other things well, but I really have to pee, so
Have a nice pee.
I'm gonna head out.
Hey,